FM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Marion Everhart, Maddie Ingram in with you this evening as we're at Clopton High School. The JV matchup between the Van Far Indians and the Clopton boys literally just sounded. They played 2 quarters of JV action before the girls got ready to go this evening, and the Clopton boys junior varsity team got the win at 28-15. So, Maddie, we have 2 more exciting games. It's the last regular season games for Clopton this evening.
Yeah, and we have some EMO conference matchups that will continue tomorrow, today, and so we're wrapping up the end of the season as we get prepared for districts, and this is good preparation for all teams that will be going into next week with district basketball.
We'll talk more about it during the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show. Sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, it's the Clopton Hawks and Lady Hawks taking on the Van Far Indians and Lady Indians this evening. Our first matchup of the night, of course, is for the girls. And Van Far coming into this one with a player short, a player that I think is pretty instrumental in Coach Mentor's team, and that's in Carmen Wilburn. She was basically playing on a broken foot all season, Maddie.
Yeah, so I talked to her before the game. She said that she had broken a bone in her foot from somebody falling on her, and then it aggravated an extra bone that she had in her foot. Ended up having to have some surgery.
So either way, she's out for the rest of the season. Best of luck and a quick healing to Carmen Wilburn. We'll miss seeing her on the court for the next couple games. And I think I overheard maybe she might be ready for track season or some of the track season if she's going to play. But I think probably most important is have her back on the diamond next year for softball.
Oh, yeah, and she's a big piece to every team that Van Far has had for the last couple of years. And so she's usually a very successful athlete. She always tries hard, so it'll be interesting to have her back next season.
So, again, sending our best wishes out to Carmen as she continues to heal from that injury. We'll see her. On the Van Far squad, though, we're talking about some key players, and that has to be Mara Jensen. Congratulations to her. She's got 1,000 points, over 1,000 points this year. She has over 500 rebounds. Her goal, I think, was 750 rebounds on the season. I don't know whether she's hit it or not. I haven't gotten an update from Coach Mentor, but
she was definitely putting in the work to get there and has increased that number. Earlier in the season is when she hit that 500 mark, but she was chasing it still after that. So she still had plenty of season left to get it done.
Of course, Mara going on to play at Columbia College next year, so we'll be keeping an eye on her as well. Other than that, it's kind of a light I don't want to say a light class of seniors, but that's exactly what it is. Coach Heather Minter's going to have a whole lot back next year, but it also means that they're still finding where the pieces fit this year.
Yeah, and that's really been the big story for Van Far this year as they've ran into those injuries. There was a period of time where Mara Jensen wasn't even getting a lot of playing time because she was injured. And so being able to see how people fit in, how they work together will be interesting for the next couple of years as it takes a lot of playing time to get better and especially compete at the varsity level. So that's exactly what this year has been for Van Far.
So next Tuesday, the Lady Indians open up their district play. They're the number 5 seed in the Class 2 District 5, and they'll take on number 4 Sturgeon. Of course, we'll have those games for you right here on Eagle 102. For the Clopton Lady Hawks, they have a couple players who've been playing with some injuries all season. They've managed to continue playing, all except for Carlin Lockard, who was hurt from the very beginning, and she has to have surgery as well as a freshman. But, you know, you've had Brea Smith, who's been working on an ankle injury really for quite a while. Madeline Bruni was sick pretty hardcore right around the Clopton tournament time. You got Campbell Lindsay, who I believe, if I remember correctly, a summer or two broke her back. And so that still kind of, goes with her as well, too. So, but they seem to be healthy heading into district play next week as well. They will open up against number 6 Paris. And again, those games are on Tuesday night as the boys open up on Monday. We'll touch on that here in just a little bit. But as far as Clopton goes tonight, they suffered a loss to Bowling Green here on their own home court, so that's got to sting a little bit. So you got to be coming back out looking for a little revenge.
Yeah, Bowling Green put together a really, really good game earlier in the week, and Clopton just has to respond. They don't want to lose 2 in a row at home, and so it'll be important for them to bounce back. And, the other night probably taught them quite a few lessons, especially going into district play and having to be on your toes at all times. But a good EMO conference matchup the other night, and Bowling Green was just the better team, and they got the win the other night.
One of the things we can talk about with the Clopton Lady Hawks, we mentioned a few of the players kind of battling injuries, and I'm sure there's probably even more injuries we don't even know about that they have worked through this season. That's the fact right there, is they're put their nose to the ground, and they have pushed through all those and put team first, kind of like with Carmen. Carmen wanted to make sure that she helped Mara get to that 1,000 points before she had her surgery or whatever. These girls this year, all the way around, they've done a great job of putting team first.
And you play so many games, you play so many tournaments throughout the year. There's probably some nagging injury that you do have, but it's really important that you push through these next few weeks to get a district title, to get an EMO conference championship, whatever it may be, maybe even a state title. But this is that time of the year where those injuries are going to push you even harder because you're going to have to work through them.
So, to all of our area teams, we again thank you for another fun, exciting regular season. We're looking forward to postseason. Speaking of postseason, we've got postseason basketball coming up also tomorrow night. We've got 2 games at Louisiana as they host Mark Twain for their senior night, and it's basically the regular final games of the regular season. But we'll also be in Pittsfield as the Lady Sockies take on Hillsboro in the regional finals game. So we'll have that for you here on KJFM as well.
It's a big game, and they get a host. It's awesome. So best of luck to them tomorrow. They played a good game the other night. We're able to come out, I believe, by 1 point, right?
This is a 2-point win.
2-point win. So they were able to pull out that last-second win, and they were able to hold on. So best of luck to them tomorrow.
We've got under 8 minutes to go here in the pregame. We've got your keys to the game for you coming up next as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
You know, Maddie, I kind of feel bad because I failed to realize that we had a couple more seniors on Van Far's squad. Either that or I was hoping that Madeline Caldwell was only a junior and we were going to see her next year. I'm not sure where that went.
Yeah, she's gotten a lot of playing time over the last few weeks, and she's really come a long way. She sunk quite a few three-pointers against Wellsville Middletown, and it would have been nice to see her for another year, but she is a senior.
And I think she's going to be probably one of the big keys of the game this evening. We mentioned Wilburn, of course, out for the rest of the season, and I think some of that pressure that Wilburn took off of Mara Jensen's going to fall onto Caldwell's hands.
Yeah, and so one of the other big things for them is staying out of foul trouble. So Mara Jensen, McKenna Inghoffman, and then Madeline Caldwell, they're going to be the people that are going to have the ball the most for Van Far. And so being able to stay out of foul trouble will be important for them to get the victory tonight.
And, of course, key of this one, Wise, is they're going to have to feed that ball down inside of Mara Jensen as much as possible.
Yeah, and Mara Jensen knows how to be strong under the basket, and she's been good all 4 years of high school. She's going on to the next level for a reason. So if you can feed that ball to her, that's going to be where a lot of your points are going to come from.
For the Clopton Lady Hawks, I think for them this evening it's going to be control that tempo. I know that we listened, or you were here, and I got to listen to the game against Bowling Green where, when they were coming out in that trap, that tough defense was working. It was working really well, but then when it didn't work, it went pretty south for them.
Yeah, it was just pulling off a little bit from that pressure, and Bowling Green was able to maneuver, and then it was like a flip kind of switch for Bowling Green the other night. And so if Clopton can keep that tempo up and play all 4 quarters, that was another really big thing. It was like towards the end they kind of lost a little bit of energy. If they can have that energy all 4 quarters and do the little things defensively, they'll be in this game and they'll look like the Clopton that we saw at the beginning of the season.
All right, that's going to take care of our keys to the game. We'll be back with your starting lineups and opening tip after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We'll start with our guests on the scoreboard this evening. That'll be the Van Far Lady Indians, of course, in their road black jerseys with gold numbers and white trim. They are starting a 5'5 senior wearing number 1, Madeline Caldwell. A 5'4 freshman wearing number 10, Addison Hayes. A 5'4 freshman wearing number 11, Caitlin Sutton. A 5'8 junior wearing number 25, McKenna Inghoffman. And the 6' senior wearing number 31, Mara Jensen. For the Clopton Lady Hawks, they are starting a 5'7 junior wearing number 11, Brea Smith. A 5'2 junior wearing number 20, Jasmine Hammett. A 5'6 senior wearing number 22, Shanna Yates. A 5'4 senior wearing number 33, Madeline Bruni. And a 5'6 freshman wearing number 35, Tenley Spoonster. So, of course, the Lady Indians are coached by Heather Mentor. The Clopton Lady Hawks coached by Devin Streed. And if you listen to both those lineups, you heard a lot of underclassmen. So both these two teams are going to return a lot of talent next year.
They're going to return a lot of talent. They're going to return a lot of kids who have had a lot of varsity minutes this season. And so that's going to be key for them next year and getting some EMO conference victories. We see a couple of other big teams that are losing quite a few big seniors, but being able to rebuild now will be good for both of these teams.
Yeah, and it should be a fun conference game. Of course, immediately following this, we'll have the boys matchup, and we know that that's going to be a good toe-to-toe.
It is, and Van Far has been one of those teams all year that's been able to slow down other people, and doesn't matter who they play, doesn't matter how tall the other team is, they're able to work and find holes and drive to the basket. So Van Far's been able to put up some pretty good games this year, and then Clopton's just one of those dominant teams that we've seen all season, and they're wanting to hopefully bounce back here after a loss to Bowling Green earlier in the week.
The thing I like seeing right now from both these teams, Madison, is they're both laughing, they're both smiling, they're both enjoying the fact that this is their last probably regular season game this evening, and that has to mean a lot.
Playing loose and just knowing that you're prepared for district basketball after playing a full season and getting through another one is always important.
That looks like Coach Tony Francis is going to have an announcement. So he has the microphone in his hand, so we'll wait and see if he's going to do the starting lineups, or I understand that they're going to be recognizing Community State Bank this evening, who has purchased one of their scoreboard sponsorships, and I see several of the employees in the house this evening, so we'll wait and see. Coach Francis just got the thumbs up from the girls.
They're ready.
Looks like we're probably going to have the national anthem, so we'll hear the national anthem. We'll be back for opening tip after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Bessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, and Custom Work Salon.
Love is in the air, and you'll love the rates at People's Savings Bank. With flexible terms from 6 months to 24 months, get more for your money with annual percentage yields as high as 4.75%. Stop in at any of our 11 locations, including right here in Bowling Green, to open a high-interest rate CD, or check us out online at ourpsb.com. People's Savings Bank, member FDIC, quoted APY based on 13-month term with a minimum $1,000 deposit to open and paid stated APY. Terms and conditions may change. Ask for details.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, they're doing the in-house introductions right now for the Van Far Lady Indians. As we mentioned before, it's Caldwell, Hayes, Sutton, Inghoffman, and Jensen. There they go, turning out the lights on me again. Don't they know that I can't read in the dark? They didn't give me that superpower.
That's not one of your superpowers, Marion?
That's not one of my superpowers. For the Clopton Lady Hawks, it's Smith, Hammett, Yates, Bruni, and Spoonster. So, we got a dance going on here for the cheerleaders. They've got it going on.
Yeah, they created a routine to I think it's the Timmy Trumpet song, and did it before the girls' game the other night and the guys' game. So pretty impressive from the Clopton Lady Hawks cheerleaders.
What we're not showing you is the Clopton Lady Hawks basketball players that are dancing along with the routine as well. So apparently everybody's getting into it. So nice job. We've had some really great cheerleaders all season long.
We have. They've done such a great job, and all of the flips this year. I don't think I've ever seen that many flips.
Yeah, I tell you what, hats off to them. Sometimes they don't get as much recognition as they deserve, but they've been absolutely outstanding. Maddie, we just recently shared an article where it was a picture of the Louisiana Lady Bulldog, or the Louisiana Bulldog cheerleaders and the Clopton Hawk cheerleaders in a circle out here in the cafeteria, sharing a moment together. That tells you how tight the communities really are. Yeah,
and they work really well together. You always see them talking to each other, greeting each other. And then the other thing is they join in on cheers, which I think is pretty cool.
That has been an awesome thing this year that we've definitely picked up on. So it looks like maybe are we just playing with just half the lights on because we were ready to go. But no,
they don't turn back on.
Coach Francis got them turned back on. So we're ready for our basketball. It looks like it's going to be Ing Hoffman tipping center. Clopton will be moving from our left to right. Of course, we'll have the boys match up right after this. If memory serves correctly, it's been a minute. I think they usually tip center against Shanna Yates, isn't that right?
Yes.
Or have they been subbing somebody else in? Because I can see them doing that too.
It's been Shayna, so.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Greg Ellis has the basketball, reminding everybody which direction they're going, and we're ready for EMO Conference basketball. And it looks like it's going to be Clopton controlling it. Bruni brings it near side, and it's immediately taken away as her pass is deflected, and we're going to have a jump ball.
That didn't take very long. Addison Hayes was in there.
Didn't. Coach Street probably not going to be happy with that turnover in 6 seconds being played. I think there was some confusion because they never really gave the jump ball signal. But Ing Hoffman gets it into Jensen. Jensen controlling the ball, crosses half court, tries to avoid the trap, gets it to Ing Hoffman. Between the circles with it is Caldwell. Over the far side, long three on the way from, I believe that was Sutton. Shots up, it's no good, and now they're wrestling for the loose basketball. Ing Hoffman basically, I think, rips it from
Brea Smith.
Yeah.
Also took her to the ground. It would look like Ing Hoffman was falling backwards, fell right into Brea, and then wrapped her arms around her and took the ball away.
So it was another jump ball, and this time it went to Clopton. So Bruni brings it near side to Spoonster. Spoonster lobs it down low to Smith. Smith takes it up off the glass, and it's good. Clopton scores first in this one. 2-0 our scores. We've only played 26 seconds. Long pass up into the front court to Hayes. Hayes working around back up top to Jensen. Jensen over on the far wing looking for some space as she works against Yates. She makes some space, goes in the paint. Her shot's up, and it's good. We're tied at 2-all. So Mara Jensen with the points. Now back up to Spoonster. Spoonster on the near wing, about middle of Van Far's bench. Swings it over the far side to Yates. Now back between the circles to Bruni. Far wing to Hammett. Hammett looking to move on this zone defense, a 2-1-2 type situation. Oh, long three on the way from Smith. It bounces off the rim. No good. Jensen with the rebound. I'm not too sure they weren't running a diamond and two once I saw them move. They bring the ball across the half-court line, feed it right back to Jensen. Jensen's going to take control as she moves over to the far wing. She dribbles around at the free throw line, loses a handle on it. Hammett gets it, kicks it out to Spoonster. Spoonster's all alone. She's going to go up off the glass, and it's short. Coming away with the rebound is Van Far. Caldwell in some trouble, and she's going to be fouled. I believe that's going to – they're calling a timeout. Minter wants to take it, wants to talk about it. We'll take one as well. 6:20 to go here in the first. We're knotted at 2-all as you're listening to the ladies basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Sun Window Company, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
After the timeout, Van Far takes it to the hole. Jensen's shot was up and no good. They throw a long pass up front for Spoonster, and it's picked off by Ing Hoffman. So back to Van Far.
Mara Jensen with the ball.
Yeah, she has it. She'll bring it across the timeline. Again, she's guarded by Yates. Looking for some help from Caldwell. She gets it. Caldwell is working against Hammett in this man-to-man defense. She picks up basketball, finally finds it back to Jensen. Jensen working against Yates up top. They try to put a little trap in place as they work around, force Jensen to pick up the basketball. She finds Caldwell. Caldwell all the way around on the block on the far side. Her shot's up and good, and that is the first lead of the night for Van Far. Makes it 4-2. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. And they're going to hit Smith for a travel. She faked the three. When the defense went in the air, she dribbled around, but they're saying that she didn't get the ball on the court quick enough.
Quite a few turnovers already in this game from both sides.
So with it is Jensen. Jensen looking for something to do with this. She's got to put the ball on the court. She's got to pick it up. Nope, here comes Hammett. Hammett tried to get it before it went out of bounds. She smacked it from behind. Great defensive effort by the junior. Yeah.
The Clopton Hawks are doing a really great job of driving Van Far to the line and trying to get them to go out of bounds.
Ing Hoffman with it now. She's guarded against by Smith. Back to Caldwell. Caldwell again working against Hammett up at the top of the circle on the wing of the Hawk. Over to the far side, and they try to feed it down low, and we're going to have a foul, and that's going to go against Ing Hoffman for the Indians.
That is her first foul of the ball game.
So Bruni now in control of the basketball for Clopton. She brings it into the front court, crossover dribble, takes in the paint all the way up. Her shot's high off the glass. It's no good. Ball's loose. They kick it out to Spoonster. She gives a fake, takes it to the free throw line. Her shot's up and good.
Good job by Jasmine Hammett to be quick with that rebound, finding Tinley Spoonster wide open. 4-2.
Pressure from Clopton on the inbounds play forces another turnover. Checking in now is Delana Gay. She wears number 12. She'll come in for Sutton. Full court man-to-man defense from the Lady Hawks. They feed it into Jensen. Jensen working against, picks it up, and into the front court to Gay. Now it's taken away by Hammett to Spoonster. Spoonster backs up, and she didn't have the numbers. It was 4-on-1. Yates takes it over on the far wing. She goes up for the left-handed shot. It's up. It's no good, but she's headed to the free throw line, and you know, that's one of the big things is that gets Ing Hoffman her second foul and sends Shannon Yates to the free throw line for 2 freebies as we're tied at 4-all.
We mentioned in our keys to the game that Ing Hoffman, Jensen, Caldwell staying out of trouble. Foul trouble is going to be key tonight, and Ing Hoffman has 2, and we're not even through the first period.
Yates' first free throw shot's up and good. It's a 5-4 basketball game, 4:38 to go here in the first as Yates' second free throw shot is on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Smith with the rebound. Smith up top to Hammett, swings it to Bruni over on the far wing. They find Yates in the paint. She goes up against Jensen. She's going to cause Jensen to pick up her first foul and head back to the free throw line. So that's the third team foul for the Van Far Lady Indians.
Shani Yates has the opportunity to put 2 more on the board for Clopton. She sinks the first one. She's 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Back to a 2-point lead for the Lady Hawks, 6-4. So we lost just a couple seconds on that one. Second free throw shot on the way is good as well. It's a 3-point lead for Clopton with 4.5 to go in the first. Spoonster takes it away. Her shot short. Brea Smith there for the putback. It's over the other side, and Jensen comes away with the rebound. Jensen gets it to Ing Hoffman. Ing Hoffman back to Caldwell. Caldwell working against Hammett. She picks it up, and she's going to fall to the ground, and it's going to be a travel call.
That pressure that Clopton's putting on is making it really hard for Van Far to get the ball down the court. We saw it last week against Wellsville Middletown, and they were able to get quite a few steals from it. Same thing here, forcing that turnover.
So now it's Bruni back in control for the Lady Hawks. Brings it near side to Spoonster. Spoonster about the head of Van Far's bench. Swings it to Bruni between the circles. Now far side to Hammett. Hammett loses a handle on it, but is able to ring it back in. Now on the far side, far wing to Spoonster. Spoonster saves it from going out of bounds, and Ing Hoffman's going to have to be careful because she made contact. They probably could have called a foul. They get in the paint down to Smith. Smith's tied up. She feeds it back out to Bruni. Back to Hammett. Hammett just inside the three-point line. Her shot's up. It's no good. We're going to have an offensive foul, and that's going to go against Yates.
Ing Hoffman fell to the floor, and so that'll be the first foul for Yates.
I think they're tangled up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're having some subs as Stacia Talbot and Skylar Parker checking the ball game for Smith and Yates.
So 7-4 is our score here in the first quarter. 3:46 to go. Clopton leads Van Far.
Gay with it. Throws it up to Ing Hoffman, and from the back, it's Parker who gets it. Down low to Spoonster. Spoonster in some trouble. Back to Parker. Parker swings it to Bruni now on the far wing to Hammett. Back to Bruni. They're resetting it up, and really, you know what, it's Parker who just went high and smacked the ball from behind as Van Far held it up.
Coming in off the bench and making an impact immediately.
So Parker backs back up between the circles. Now to Hammett. Hammett tries to control the loose basketball. In control of her dribble. Now she's working against Hayes. Feeds it down to Bruni cross court to Parker. Parker at the free throw line. It's off the back of the rim. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Talbert as she went tall and tipped it out. So Stacia Talbert, a junior.
Inbounding the ball for Van Far is Delana Gay. She finds Mara Jensen in the corner.
Jensen up to Hayes. Now the far side to Caldwell. Caldwell brings it up in the front court and runs right into Spoonster. And Spoonster reaches in just to take it away, and it's a jump ball. So it'll stay with Van Far with 2:58 to go here in the first. 7-4 our score. Hawks on top. Ing Hoffman gets it into Jensen. Jensen on the block working against Talbert. She goes up. I was going to say count the bucket in the foul, but she just gets the foul, so she's going to get to shoot two. But Stacia Talbert picks up her first foul of the night. Looks like Caitlin Sutton set check back in the game for Van Far, along with Brea Smith and Campbell Lindsay. First free throw shot from Jensen's up and good.
That is her third point of the evening.
Hammett and Bruni going to get a breather. Ing Hoffman going to come out as Heather Mentor pulls all her defenders from the block or from around the paint. Second free throw shot on the way from Jensen's no good. With the rebound is Smith to Parker. Parker back to Smith over on the far wing. Looking inside. Thought about the three, instead feeds it to Parker. Parker moves him around, hands it off to Smith during the weave. Smith near side with it to Spoonster. Spoonster goes up and it's net. Tenley Spoonster with another two. She has 4 on the night, makes it 9-5 with 2.5 to go here in the first quarter.
Tinley Spoonster is leading scoring from both sides. Shani Yates has 3 for Clopton and Mara Jensen has 3 for Van Far.
So Ing Hoffman returns as Sutton takes a seat. Shots up and good. Did you see who that was from?
It was Mara Jensen. So she has 5.
9-7 is our score. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Smith all the way around, up off the glass, and it's good. Nice crossover dribble to avoid the defense.
4 points for Brea Smith.
And Clopton's defense puts Van Far in a little bit of trouble as some subs are coming in. Spoonster's going to get a breather as Yates returns. Sutton also coming back in now for Hayes. Ing Hoffman to inbound over on the far sideline. Still in the backcourt. Looking to throw a long pass to Jensen, but it's Smith and Talbert who tie her up. Shots up and no good. Here comes Campbell Lindsay. She gets the rebound. She pushes it into the front court. Tries to go across to Parker. Goes out of bounds. Last tip by the Indians. Nice thought there from Lindsay. Just Van Far, good defense, able to get their hands up and tip the ball and knock it out of bounds. So now Shannon Yates going to inbound. She looks, finds Parker. Parker works it around. She's working against Jensen. Into the paint. Goes up amongst the trees. Shots up. It's no good. Shannon Yates comes with it. Puts the ball up off the glass, and it's good.
She has 5. That's her first points from the field. Her 3 other points come from the free throw line.
And with it now is Caldwell, and she has the ball tipped from behind as Parker came up the sideline, tipped it out of bounds. So Van Far will keep it as Ing Hoffman returns now for Hayes. 6-point lead, largest of the night now for Clopton, 13-7, 1:40 to go here in the first. So they get the ball in to Gay. Gay finds Ing Hoffman. She loses a handle on it, goes out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Ing Hoffman.
Kind of looked like it just got caught up whenever she was dribbling, and it may have bounced off a shoe or something. It went out of bounds really odd. Didn't look like it was tipped as hands were up.
Parker brings it into the front court for the Lady Hawks. Looking down there and saw Smith. Smith goes up off the glass, shots up and good. I looked down and saw Mara Jensen's jersey that said Indians on it, and that's what I was apparently going to speak. Speaking of Indians, here comes Caldwell, and she's going to pick up a foul. That's going to go against Campbell Lindsay as they were running toe for toe.
Caldwell has some speed, and she stepped up and played a pretty good role as a point guard here for the Van Far Lady Indians. Just got caught up there.
So Bruni, Spoonster, and Hammett all return for Lindsay, Talbert, and Parker. Sutton gets it in to Jensen. Jensen lobs it down low to Ing Hoffman, and Shannon Yates is going to get that reach over the back type of call. When she makes contact, they're going to call it every time. That's 2 for her, so here comes Riley Kuntz for the Lady Hawks.
Kuntz coming in for Yates, so they'll move around a little bit on the floor.
15-7 is our score, 1:13 to go here in the first quarter. Sutton gets it in to Caldwell. Caldwell behind the arc. Right back to Sutton. And now we're going to have another foul, and I believe it's going to go against Ing Hoffman. And that's going to be her third. And that is each team now with 4 team fouls.
But 3 for Ing Hoffman.
Yeah. So here comes Bruni. Bruni for the Lady Hawks, works around behind the arc, brings it near side to Spoonster. Spoonster finds Smith down in the near corner. Smith with the left hand, in some trouble, kicks it out to Kuntz, back to Spoonster. Spoonster at the free throw line, trying to bank it in, nothing there. And Smith tried to chase it out of bounds, but they say it was last touch by Van Far, so the Lady Hawks will have it under their own basket with 51 ticks to go here in the first. Up 15-7 as they get it into Smith. Smith swings it to Bruni. Bruni back to Spoonster with the left hand, back to Bruni. Bruni, top of the key to Spoonster, about the middle of Van Far's bench. Goes cross court to Bruni. Now back up to Hammett. Hammett wants a long 3, and she drains it. Jasmine Hammett, she's kind of come alive with those trays here.
Oh, yeah.
And they get a steal on the inbounds pass. Spoonster does. Her shot is no good, but she's going to the free throw line. She's going to get to shoot 2, courtesy of Delana Gay.
Be Delana's first foul.
Spoonster stands at the free throw line, dribbles the basketball. First free throw shot's up and good.
5 points on the night so far for Tinley Spoonster.
It's a 12-point lead currently for Clopton here with 30 ticks to go in the first quarter. Tinley Spoonster with the second on the way, and it's money as well. So 13 points, the largest lead of the night now for Clopton. And Jensen gets tied up, and now the ball's loose on the court. And it looks like we're going to have, they're going to say the ball went out of bounds. Well, actually, they're going to say while Addison Hayes was touching the basketball, wrestling for it on the court, her feet fell out of bounds. So it was an out of bounds call, and Clopton gets the basketball back.
So another turnover from the Indians. Clopton Hawks ball.
Spoonster with the left hand, now crossover, now finds Smith. Smith behind the 3. She wants it off the back rim, no good. Chasing down the basketball is Kuntz. Kuntz tries to throw it, and it misses both Clopton players, and it's going to be a backcourt violation as it split the defenders, and neither one of them could catch it before it got into the backcourt.
Good job by Riley Kuntz to get in there and get that rebound. Just was trying to be quick as many Van Far Lady Indians were on her. Forced to pass.
Jensen with it now. Long shot at half court as first quarter ends. But Clopton has the lead over Van Far, 20-7 after 1. We'll have second quarter action coming your way next from Clopton High School here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
The Van Far Lady Indian cheerleaders. I guess they're not the Lady Indians, are they? They're just the Van Far cheerleaders.
They're just the Van Far cheerleaders.
Well, you know, when you're calling the Lady Hawks and the Lady Indians, it's just hard not to throw them all in the same.
Exactly.
But they were out performing a nice routine. We're ready for second quarter. Clopton has the lead at 20-7. As it looks like it'll be Clopton's ball to start the second. Don't forget we've got boys action immediately following this one. They get it into Bruni. Bruni near side with it to Spoonster. Spoonster looks back to Bruni between the circles. Now swings at far wing to Hammett. Hammett to Yates. Yates finds Smith in the paint. Her shot's high off the glass. Just a little too much oomph on it. And with the rebound is Van Farr. However, Caldwell is in a trap. She can't go anywhere. Coach Minter calls a timeout to save the turnover. We'll take one as well. Not even 30 seconds played here in the second. Clopton leads this one 20-7 as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Gay to throw the basketball in. She gets it into Caldwell. Caldwell up front and into the front court to Hayes. Now Jensen, she's being tangled up by Clopton's defense. They basically triple team her. They're going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against Bruni, I believe. That's her first. As Van Farr keeps it in there into the court. Jensen smacks the ball, waits for her offense to move, gets it into Gay. Gay right back to Jensen. Jensen working against Yates. Her little fadeaway's up and good. Jensen gets her first 2 points of the second quarter. Spoonster with it now. In the near corner with it to Smith. Smith finds Yates in the paint. Her shot's up. It's no good. No foul called. And with the rebound is Caldwell. Caldwell out to Gay. Gay picks up her dribble, needs some help. They're trying to cut off Jensen, and it's a turnover as Smith gets it, takes it to the hole. Shots up and good.
Van Farr is really struggling with that full court pressure from Clopton, and tipped out again by Madeline Bruni there, just trying to inbound the ball. They're just really struggling to even get the ball down the court.
So Gay trying to inbound again as Clopton keeps their man-to-man full court defense in place. They get it to Jensen. Jensen works against this defense, crossover dribble, gets it into the front court, moves around, now works against Smith, takes it all the way down the baseline. She spins up off the glass, and it's short. Jensen with her own rebound. It's taken away now by Yates. Yates gets it to Smith, and Smith is going to collide. Two players and reach down, help each other up. That was her and Delana Gay. As you can see, Gay was going strictly for the basketball, and they just tangled up, and everybody hit the court. So inbound the basketball is going to be Hammett. She'll feed it into Bruni. Bruni across half-court line quickly to the top of the key. Brings it near side to Spoonster. Spoonster looks inside. She's looking at Yates now. Nothing there. Finds Hammett. Hammett already has 1-3 tonight. Now finds Smith. Smith working against Jensen. Backs up. A little bit of a height difference there, but they kick it out to Hammett. Hammett from the block extended on the far side. It's no good. Yates there for the putback. She takes it off the glass, and it's good.
Shayna Yates with 7.
24-9 is our score. 6:14 to go in the half. They throw a baseball pass in the back. Hayes tries to get it, and she takes it too hard off the back of the glass. Clopton with the loose basketball. Hammett reels it in to Yates. Yates wants one from downtown, and it's money.
That was a long three-pointer. That was closer to the bleachers than it was the three-point line.
So they get it into Jensen. Jensen working around, trying to get away from this pesky Clopton defense as she splits defenders, takes it into the free throw line in the paint, loses the handle, and it's in the hands of Brea Smith. Smith going to take it all the way in. She gives a fake off with the left-hander. Shots up and good. It's a 20-point lead for Clopton. 29-9, and there is a steal on the inbounds, and it's going to be Gay, I think, tagged with another foul. No, Madeline Caldwell, excuse me. It's her first.
Caitlin Sutton was just trying to get the ball down the court, and was Brea Smith who was coming in and made that stop, and then we ended up with a foul.
Jasmine Hammett at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, as that's the 7th team foul. 29-9 is our score. 5:28 to go here in the first half. Free throw shot off the mark with the rebound is Gay. Gets it to Jensen. Jensen trying to avoid this double team as Hammett and Yates comes up. They can't see Gay open underneath the basket, so they finally feed it back to Jensen. Jensen working against Hammett. She crosses over to the far side, spins. Nice move there. Hammett comes from behind, tries to strip it, and they finally pick it up. Caldwell has it. She takes it to the hole. It's no good, and Bruni with the rebound, and we're going to have fouls.
So that foul, I believe, going on Caldwell, or goes on Addison Hayes.
So that's her first. And it's Bruni at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Bruni looking for her first points of the night as Clopton has a 20-point lead, 29-9, 5:05 to go here in the second. Free throw shot is up and good. Earns her the second.
That's her first point of the night.
Bruni spins the basketball, dribbles a couple times, shot up on the way, and it's money as well.
Make it 2.
31-9 is our score. Clopton leads this one. And on the inbounds, it's a steal again as Bruni gets it in some trouble, gets it out. Now swings it far side to Spoonster. She wants the 3 in and out. Smith with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
It's on Mara Jensen.
That's her second.
So in foul trouble early. Ing Hoffman's already on the bench with 3.
Smith's first one's up and good. Looks like we've got some substitutions coming in. We'll pick those up for you as we can.
Stacia Talbert is in the ball game. Campbell Lindsay, Finley Spinster, Jasmine Hammett, and Skylar Parker for Clopton.
Bruni's second free throw shot is good as well.
Riley Kuntz comes in for Brea Smith.
Did I say Bruni instead of Smith at the free throw line?
Yes.
Okay, I meant it's Brea Smith. 33-9 is our score. And there's another turnover as Lindsay gets it to Hammett. Hammett takes it high off the glass, and it's good. And things at this point just aren't falling well for the Van Far Lady Indians.
And another turnover as Ing Hoffman goes out of bounds. Lost a handle on it and then just tried to save it, ends up going out of bounds. So Riley Kuntz inbounding the ball for the Clopton Lady Hawks.
Kuntz looks, gets it in to Parker. Back up top to Lindsay. Lindsay takes it over, back now to Parker. Parker finds Kuntz in the paint. She kicks it out to Hammett. Hammett wants another 3. It's off the mark. And it's Jensen trying to get the rebound. She's swarmed by Clopton Hawks, and now she works around. Pushes it into the front court. Campbell Lindsay tries to cut her off. Her and Jasmine Hammett, the 2 smallest girls on the court, set the trap. And they're able to feed the ball away. Now it's taken away as Parker gets a tip on it, and it's going to go out of bounds. They'll say it's last touch by Van Far. No, they're going to
overturn that.
They are. They're going to say it's going to stay with Van Far, and they're going to say it went off of Parker. 35-9 is our score. 4:11 to go here in the first half.
Clopton's ball still.
I'm so confused as what they're doing. No.
No one made the change. No.
Greg Ellis gave it to the wrong team. And you notice Clopton didn't say anything.
No, I was like, is somebody going to say something? Because this is not right.
All right. Now Greg and the other official have come to a consensus. So Gay's going to inbound it along the baseline on the far side. They feed it into Jensen. Jensen's just swarmed, and she's going to be fouled. She's going to the free throw line. She's going to shoot 2.
I think that foul's going to go on Skylar Parker.
It is. It's her first, I believe.
Yes. I have her down for 1.
So Jensen at the free throw line. She has the only points here in the second quarter so far. Free throw shot is up and good.
She's really the offense for Van Far tonight.
Actually, she has all the points for Van Far.
Madeline Caldwell had a shot from the field a while ago, and that went up and it was good. But other than that, that's all Mara Jensen.
That's what I forgot to write down. I missed. And we're going to have a turnover on Clopton as they're going to say Talbert traveled.
35-11, the Hawks lead the Lady Indians. There's 4 minutes to go in the first half.
So with the basketball, they try to inbound. It's knocked out of bounds by Clopton once again. So with 3:59 to go in the half, they try to do again. Long baseball pass. And try to run it down. Jensen tries to save it from going out of bounds, and she can't quite get there, so it's a turnover back to Clopton.
Van Far is just really having that trouble breaking the press, as we mentioned, and they're just making passes that are not feasible for them. They're having to go down the court and try to save it.
Here comes Kuntz. Her shot's up. It's no good. With loose basketball is Hammett. Back to Kuntz. Kuntz swings it to Lindsay. Lindsay back to Parker. Parker looks inside to Kuntz, who finds Hammett. Hammett from the block extended. It's off the mark. With it is Kuntz. She gets an elbow to the eye, I think, and she's holding her left eye.
And I think she thought that her teammates were next to her. She ended up actually just handing it to Mara Jensen after getting an elbow to the eye, but she really couldn't see anything.
I don't know if she wears contacts or not. She seems to be kind of pushing it around in her eye, so they're going to check her out real quick. Get the, the eyes watering after that.
Yeah.
So with it is Jensen. Jensen pushes it into the front court. Parker comes up from behind. Jensen picks it up just in time. Now to Gay over on the far side. Gay works it around. In some trouble. Goes down low to Ing Hoffman. And it's taken away by Bruni. And they're going to say that Ing Hoffman stepped out of bounds.
Things just not going Van Far's way tonight. They can't really get anything going, and lots of turnovers.
Parker with it now for Clopton. Hands it off to Bruni. Bruni with the left hand works the weave and gives it now. Brings it near side to Smith. Smith hands it off to Talbert. Talbert takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good. Stacia Talbert with 2 on the night.
Good look from Smith to find Talbert down low, wide open.
Caldwell working against Lindsay, and I think they're going to tag. I don't know if they're going to tag Lindsay or Parker with that one. It's neither. Bruni. So Madeline must have got a reach in there that we couldn't see, and it's a 1-and-1 for Madeline Caldwell.
So that's Madeline Bruni's second foul.
2:58 to go here in the half. As Madeline Caldwell stands at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 37-11 is our score. First free throw shot's up and good. As we mentioned, Caldwell is a senior. She and Jensen are the 2 senior leaders out on the court. She dribbles, shot up on the way, and it's good as well. Nice free throw shooting by Caldwell. 2:57 to go here in the half. Clopton on top, 37-13. Near side with it now to Lindsay, to Parker. At the end of Clopton's bench, back to Lindsay, swings it now to Bruni. Bruni top the key, back to Lindsay. Again, a little pitch and catch inside. Now they get it to Talbert. Talbert goes back door to Smith, and it rolls off of Smith's leg out of bounds. So it heads back to Van Far. Spoonster going to return now. Coming in for Lindsay. As Clopton lets Van Far get the ball in, and now they try to trap Gay with it now. She goes into the front court to Ing Hoffman. Ing Hoffman with the left hand at the free throw line. Spins, tries to shoot. High off the glass. No good. It's Spoonster with the rebound. She throws it up to Bruni. Bruni looks to split defenders, but she gets it to Talbert. Talbert in some trouble. Back out. And
a foul.
They are going to call a foul. And from the look on Coach Heather Mentor's face, she's pretty unhappy about it. As it goes against Hayes, that's her second. Talbert at the free throw line to shoot 2 that's the 10th team foul. 2:20 to go here in the half. First free throw shot up off the back of the rim, no good. Talbert to get a second. So they show Talbert she has one more. Dribbles, shot on the way, and it's good. Stacia Talbert in the scorebooks now tonight. Well, not actually from the free throw line. She already had a field goal. Ball's loose. Coming away with it is Jensen. Jensen gives a fake. Into the front to Ing Hoffman, but it's taken away by Bruni. Or not by Bruni, by Brea Smith. Smith to Bruni. Over the far side to Spoonster. Back to Smith. Smith pulls up. Her shot's
partially blocked, I believe.
Yeah, it goes out of bounds, but it must have been touched by a Clopton player because it's back to Van Far. So Caldwell finds Hayes on the near side right from the scorer's table, and it's taken away by Smith. Smith works it around, goes cross court to Spoonster. Spoonster shot's too short. Smith with the rebound, back out to Parker. Parker shot's up and good. So Skylar Parker now with points and makes it 40-13 with 1:35 to go here in the half. Jensen tries to wrangle in the loose basketball. She splits defenders, and now Spoonster reaches down, takes it away, and ends up right in the hands of Parker. Parker will take it up for the right-handed layup. Her shot's up and good.
She has 4, and they all have come in the last 30 seconds.
Down to 1:16, and here's Smith with the steal. She goes inside, and it's taken back away by Caldwell. Now ball's loose, and we've got all kinds of mess. So who are they going to call it on? They're going to call it on Bruni, and that'll be her third. We'll walk to the other end. Looks like we've got Trinity checking in for Ing Hoffman. We also have Bailey Baker coming in for Talbert.
Bailey Baker wears number 55.
Somebody just checked in, though, for Bruni because she's out with 3 fouls.
Spoonster.
Free throw shot from Caldwell's no good. Ball's loose. Baker gets the loose basketball, and she feeds it out to Smith. To Parker. Parker goes up, and they're going to wave it off. They'll call a travel.
Down low was Delana Gay trying to block that shot, and also you had Trinity Squirts, and they did a great job blocking that shot, forcing the travel. 42-13, Clopton leads Van Far. Just a minute to go here in the first half.
Caldwell finds Ing Hoffman. Ing Hoffman in some trouble. She's working around, and they're going to tag Parker with that one, as they're going to say she made contact, and Ing Hoffman will walk to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Skylar Parker, that would be her second foul.
And it looks like it's going to be, wait, how did Squirts get out? And it's now getting ready to check back in. Ing Hoffman at the free throw line. Shot up, off the back of the rim, no good. Ball's loose. Jensen dives on it. She dribbles, and she's trying to stand up. Nice athletic ability there.
Oh, yeah. And we have another foul.
Does it send Jensen to the free throw line? It sure
Yes.
does.
And that is on Campbell Lindsay.
She has 2. I feel like we're at the point of the basketball game where you get a foul, we all get a foul.
It's not referees, it's Oprah.
That's right. First free throw shot by Jensen. She misses. She'll get the second.
Coming into the ball game for Clopton is Lauren Blackwell as Brea Smith takes a seat.
Jensen at the free throw line. Free throw shot on the way, and it's good. So 42-14 with under 40 ticks to go here in the first half. Blackwell wants the long shot. It's off the back of the rim. Coming away with the basketball is Van Far. They get it to Jensen. Caldwell got the loose ball. She fed it to Jensen. Now into the front court. Jensen runs into some trouble. It's taken away. Here comes Campbell Lindsay. She's going to go up for the layup, and it's up and good.
Her first points.
So Lindsay makes it 44-14. It's a 30-point lead for Clopton as Mar Jensen is getting kind of mauled down there by Clopton. They're going to think tag Spoonster with it.
Her hair's sticking to her face.
They
just went to battle.
So now Spoonster has her first foul. Yeah, Mar Jensen should sleep good tonight.
Yeah. She's working so hard and leading the scoring for Van Far.
Takes a big breath as she goes for a first free throw shot. It's off the back of the rim. She'll get the second. 16.6 seconds to go here in the half. As Jensen stands at the free throw line, spins the ball in her hand. Shot up on the way, and it's good. 44-15, Lindsay with the basketball. On the near side, finds Spoonster. She's top of the key. Back to Lindsay. Lindsay dribbles between the circles. Near side to Blackwell. Blackwell turns around. She fires a shot. It's short. Chasing down loose basketball. Lauren gets it, and that's how the half ends. Clopton heads into the locker room up 44-15. We've got your halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
From the classic cheese steak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, "The sweetest fruits of life come from serving others." And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Or it's the halftime show. We'll take it for you here as it's 44-15. Clopton leads Van Far, and really it's just been a rough night for Van Far. That's just all there is to it.
It is, and it's the pressure that Clopton's put on. We talked in the pregame show about when Clopton puts that pressure on, it makes it really hard on teams, especially in that first half of a ball game. And so they were able to work down Van Far. The Van Far Lady Indians not able to get the ball down the court and give themselves scoring opportunities. There's just been so many turnovers that they haven't had the opportunity to capitalize and put any points up tonight. 44-15. Clopton leads.
Yeah, and really, we talked about it. Mara Jensen has all but 4 points for Van Far this evening. Clopton, on the other hand, has kind of pretty well spread out their scoring. We'll go over that in just a little bit. But the one thing both teams have in common is everybody's fouling tonight.
Everybody is fouling, and so I think that Van Far got into foul trouble a little bit earlier than Clopton did. But in those last few minutes of the second quarter, Clopton really tacked on some fouls, and some key players definitely got those fouls as well.
And unfortunately for Van Far, that's going to come into play in that second half where, when you have McKenna Ing-Hoffman, she had 3 fouls in the first quarter. Now, granted, she was able to play, the second quarter without picking up any fouls, but, that gives her 2 fouls for this whole second half, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, and her game really is driving the ball to the basket, and she's able to draw a foul pretty easily, and I think that's really where she's tried to go tonight, and she's actually ended up on the side of actually getting the foul, and so things just aren't working for her.
So it's a kind of a rough night here for the Van Far Lady Indians. For the Clopton Lady Hawks, on the other hand, things seem to be going pretty well, as not only are they creating lots of turnovers and just taking the ball away, everybody's scoring this evening. As mentioned, we'll get to that in just a little bit, and that has to be a momentum builder heading into districts next week.
Yeah, and I think that this game is really a good showcase of maybe some teams that you're going to see throughout the course of a district tournament, but you have a couple of players who were able to bounce back, and they're in double digits tonight, and it's really hard to beat a team that has a couple of players in double digits. At least that's what we've seen this year from boys and girls. So having a couple of girls in double digits tonight has definitely helped.
All right, let's take a break on the halftime report. We'll be back with numbers from the first half after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
All right, Madison, it is 44-15 here with 4:22 to go in the half. Let's run down some numbers from the first half.
As we mentioned, we have a couple of players for Clopton that are in the double digits, and Brea Smith is one of them. She's leading scoring with 12 points. She's had a great night, both defensively, offensively. She's gotten quite a few steals, so big night for Brea. She put up 12 in the first half. Shayna Yates has 10 points tonight. She had a pretty explosive first quarter, not so loud in the second quarter, though. We have Tinley Spoonster with 6, Jasmine Hammett with 5, Skylar Parker has 4, Campbell Lindsay and Madeline Bruni both have 2, and then Stacia Talbert has 3. And so looking at scoring for the Van Far Lady Indians, we mentioned this earlier already, but Mara Jensen has all but 4 points that have been scored in that first half. She's definitely been the offense for Van Far. She has 11 points, and Madeline Caldwell has 4.
So Van Far Lady Indians will have to come out and see what kind of adjustments they can possibly make. I'll be anxious to see if Coach Street calls off the full court press here in the second half. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if she does that because she wants to prepare her team for district basketball, and she knows that she's going to have to press teams whenever it comes to districts. And so do you get that work in, or do you pull off with the big lead that you guys do have tonight and just let some other people get some work? Well, we'll just have to see, because a lot of times, Clopton did get several steals on the inbound play, but really once Van Far crossed into their half of the court, their pressure really came up and put the trap. Really, they'd had to put 3 or 4 girls on Mara Jensen to really stop her, but that forced some turnovers there as well. So, I mean, they may call off the full court press, but you know that defense from the Clopton Lady Hawks isn't giving anything up anytime soon. And they're going to find that leading scorer, and they're going to put all the pressure on that person, and it's just that's their game. And so Mara Jensen's going to have a tough time, whether it's here in EMO conference play or in district play. They're going to know that she's going to be that leading scorer. They're going to be guarding her at all times. All right, we'll take our final break. We'll be back with second half action after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Fessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, and Custom Works Salon.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Well, Coach Tony Francis is making an announcement. I think that they're doing their presentation between games. I didn't get my headphones off quite quick enough. We mentioned that there's a lot of folks here from Community State Bank here this evening. So both teams out on the court, as we've got, looks like the same starting 5 for both out there. For Clopton, it's Hammett, Bruni, Yates, Smith, and Spoonster. For Van Far, no, it's Gay, Caldwell, Jensen, Hoffman, and Hayes. So Jensen with the ball now, gets it to Caldwell. Caldwell in some trouble and immediately rolls off her head, and that's tied up and a turnover for Van Far.
If you're just joining us, we're just starting the third quarter, and the Clopton Lady Hawks lead 44-15 over the Van Far Lady Indians.
So with it is Smith. Smith feeds it downstairs to Yates, and Yates takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good. Back to the largest lead of the night at 31. Makes it 46-15. Jensen with the basketball. Working around, trying to avoid the trap. Gets it to Caldwell. Now over the far side to Gay. Gay back to Jensen. Jensen lobs it down to Hoffman. Hoffman takes it to the hole, and it hangs up there for a little bit and falls good.
Her first points of the night.
Bruni with the basketball between the circles. Looks, finds Hammett. Hammett's looking down low to Smith. Back cross court And they're going to tag Ing Hoffman. No, they're going to tag Smith. That's her first foul. I think they're going to say she pushed.
I think so.
As she was looking for a screen, maybe. So they don't exactly call off the full court pressure as Hammett puts a little pressure in the backcourt. Now Smith with the steal as they try to feed it to Jensen, and it's going to go out of bounds as Yates gets a hold of it. She was looking for it at the basket, and it was Caldwell came from behind, smacked it out of bounds.
Tinley Spoonster will inbound the ball for Clopton.
She looks. She needs to get somebody. Finds Bruni in the paint. Kicks it out to Smith. Smith wants a long three, and she drains it. Oh, they're going to say her foot was on the line. It was just a 2.
Good shot from Brea Smith. She's been money all night.
They get it. Now it's a turnover. Smith gets another steal. She just goes high and pulls the ball out of the air. Tries to feed it down low to Hammett, and Hammett goes right between her fingertips. So that's the first turnover of the half for Clopton. 48-17 is our score. We're in the third quarter. Caldwell over the far side. Tries to get to Jensen, but it's broken up by Bruni. So again, it's not full court man-to-man defense, but it is a 1-2-2-3 quarter court defense. As now Hammett comes and puts some pressure on Caldwell in the back court. They get to Ing Hoffman. She splits defenders, takes it all the way down, goes up off the glass, and it's no good. Comes back in and puts it back, and it's good.
She has 4.
She has all 4 here in the second half. Bruni into the front court. Works around the far side to Spoonster. Spoonster finds Smith. Smith all alone. Takes it to the hole and makes it 50-19. She's got 16 points on the night. So Caldwell splits through defenders, and she's going to travel. It's nice defense or nice ball handling skills there as Caldwell went to pick it up in transition. She just got one too many steps in. Bruni brings it back the other direction now for Clopton. Over the far wing to Yates. Yates looks, nothing there, puts the ball on the court, dribbles around. She's going to find Hammett now between the circles. Hammett looks for Spoonster, nothing there. Smith over the far wing now and near side to Bruni. Bruni wants in on the threes tonight. She gets that one. Madeline Bruni with the tray.
She has 5.
And now there's another turnover as they lose. Van Far loses the basketball. Bruni has it now, goes up against Gay. Shots up, no good. Chasing down the loose basketball is Caldwell. She gives it to Jensen.
It's almost stolen by Tinley Spoonster.
Jensen works to get the ball in the front court. Maintains her dribble. Needs some help, though. Finds it from Caldwell. Caldwell brings it near side to Hayes. Hayes working against Spoonster and Yates. Dribbles off her foot. Ball's loose. Going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Van Far. 5:14 to go here in the third. 53-19 is our score. Clopton's led this entire game except for once when Van Far got up 4-2. Far wing with it now to Yates. Yates working against Jensen. Jensen gets the steal. All the way in. She spins, working around Hammett. Goes up too hard off the glass. And it's Caldwell that gets it from behind, and Shanna Yates wraps her up. So Yates is going to pick up her third foul. But they're going to call it on the floor, I believe. They do. So Shanna Yates now with 3 fouls. As Delana Gay will inbound on the near side, along the baseline. She looks, gets it into Jensen. And they're going to have
another foul on Shanna Yates.
That'll be her 4th.
So you have Yates with 4. Madeline Bruni has 3. So some upperclassmen having to take a seat.
Yeah, Stacia Talbert checks in now for Yates as Ing Hoffman and Yates were tied up there. They get it into Jensen. She's too far under, and they take the ball away. Now we're going to fight for it. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor Van Far, so it stays with them under their own basket. 4:52 to go in the third. 53-19 our score. Clopton Hawks lead this one. They get it in. Ing Hoffman shots up, and it's good.
She has 6, all coming here in the third quarter.
So she has all 6 points here.
Yeah.
53-21. Bruni in some trouble, needs some help, finds it from Smith. Smith takes it down. She pulls up from the block, and it's good.
Van Far's going to have to keep their eye on Brea Smith as she's been stealing the ball, and as soon as she gets it, she's taking it to the hole.
Hayes works around this defense, finds it out to Caldwell. Caldwell about the middle of Van Far's bench, up top with it now to Jensen. Jensen down low to Ing Hoffman. She spins, goes up off the glass, and it's good for another 2.
8 points for Ing Hoffman.
And Coach Streed wants to take a timeout. We'll do the same. 4:15 to go here in the third. Clopton leads Van Far 55-23 as you're listening to EMO Conference Basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Sun Window Company, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
4:15 to go here in the third. Clopton leads 55-23. I think the difference here in this second half, we can say, is McKenna Ing-Hoffman for the Van Far Lady Indians.
And we think back to the first half of the game, and she got into that foul trouble early. It was even in the first quarter. Just think what the score of this game could be if she was not on the bench in that first quarter, first half.
So it's Clopton's basketball. Hammett will inbound. She'll get it into Parker, who's checked into the basketball game. Parker into the front court. Over the far wing to Spoonster. Spoonster with the left hand takes it to the free throw line. Is trying to hand it off, and she's tied up. And they're going to call travel. I don't know if they're going to call travel or double dribble there. She got in a little bit of trouble.
Good defense from the Van Far Lady Indians.
So Ing-Hoffman with it now at the half-court line. Gets it off to Caldwell. Caldwell down low to Hayes. Hayes tries to feed it back up. Now ends up in the hands of Caldwell. Smith saves it from going out of bounds. Bounces it off Caldwell, so back to the Hawks.
Good effort tonight from Brea Smith. She has been a huge difference in this ball game.
Skylar Parker with it in the front court. She feeds it over the far side. She found the hole and takes it straight to it. As Skylar Parker gets another two, makes it 57-23.
She has 6 today.
They find Hayes. Hayes goes down. She runs into Talbert, kicks it back out to Caldwell. Caldwell trying to get away from the defense, finds Jensen. Jensen with the left hand. She goes up strong with underhand shot, and it's no good. With the loose basketball is Hammett. She feeds up to Parker. Parker takes it, lays it off the glass. Give her another two. 59-23 is our score. And there's Brea Smith. She looks like a wide receiver going up and taking that out of the air. She's going to bounce pass it across to Spoonster. Spoonster off the glass, and it's good. 61-23 is our score. And looks like we've got a tie up here as we're trying for a jump ball. As Caldwell wraps it up, does a nice job. Spoonster reaches down, just lays a hand on the ball to get the jump ball call without grabbing a foul. Brea Smith should be going to the bench and getting a little oxygen there. Holy cow. As Parker comes across the timeline, working against Hayes, takes it to the far side. She finds the hole again and just takes it straight there. She's found some open lanes that she likes this evening, and she's taking advantage of it. And Parker gets the steal. She works, and she's going to fall down. Parker's all alone, up off the glass, and it's good, and may have gotten away with a little bit of a foul there. I don't know if they're just going to let them play. 65-23 now with 2.5 to go here in the third.
That's 8 points for Skylar Parker in the third quarter.
Ing-Hoffman, she's underneath the basket. Her shot's up and good.
She has 10.
Ing-Hoffman has been a beast here in the second half for the Lady Indians. Gets it to Parker, now to Spoonster. Spoonster in the paint. She pulls up. Her shot's short. Chasing down the loose basketball of the Lady Indians. It rolls off their fingertips out of bounds.
Delana Gay and Addison Hayes going after that one. Just couldn't get to it quick enough. Got a hand on it. Goes out of bounds.
Bruni checking back in along with Blackwell for Parker and Spoonster. So Coach Street getting some younger players some time in as Talbert tries to go, and Jensen reaches out and puts a hand in the way. So now Clopton will do it again as Riley Kuntz inbounds from in front of the student section. Get it in to Blackwell, back to Kuntz. Kuntz brings it now near side to Bruni. Bruni wants one from downtown. It's rims in and out, no good. It's with it is Jensen. Jensen goes strong for the rebound. She kicks it out to Caldwell. Caldwell near side to Hayes. Hayes finds a hole. She tries to go up, and it gets tipped by Kuntz. And Ing-Hoffman with the loose basketball. Now coming away with it is Kuntz. Kuntz in some trouble. She gets it to Bruni. Bruni's going to feed it up to Lindsay. Lindsay down in the paint. Over to Talbert. Talbert shot's no good. It's tipped around, and they can't save it from going out of bounds. It goes right in to Clopton's bench.
That was Blackwell trying to get to the ball before it went out of bounds. Coming into the game for the Van Far Lady Indians is Caitlin Sutton. She comes in for Delana Gay.
So Sutton inbounds to Caldwell. Caldwell to Jensen. Jensen looks back door, can't see as she had hands in her face. Now she takes control over to the far side, looks for a screen. She spins. Down low, her shot's partially blocked, and it's Hayes that saves it from going out of bounds. Ball's loose, and it's Bruni that comes away with it. Throws it up to Lindsay. Lindsay on the fast break. Going to go all the way up. Off the glass. It's no good. Gets a spin, but it's in the hands of Talbert. Talbert to Bruni to Lindsay. Lindsay on the far side. Looks down low. Off the glass is Blackwell. It's no good. It gets their own rebound. That was Talbert. Puts it back. It's no good. And now Jensen with the loose basketball. We're down to under a minute to go here in the third. Clopton leads 65-25. Jensen tries to throw it to her teammate, and it's just out of reach. Goes out of bounds at the end of Van Far's bench. So back to Clopton. Bruni to Lindsay. Lindsay looks like she's going to run this one as she's picked up by Hayes. Over the far side with it to Blackwell. Blackwell brings it back center court. Far wing now between the circles with it to Bruni. Bruni's looking inside as Baker's trying to do battle with Ing Hoffman down the blocks. Lindsay over on the far side with the Blackwell. Blackwell wants the long three. It's no good. Ball's loose. And who's going to come away with it? It's going to go out of bounds. They say last touched by Van Far.
It was Riley Kuntz and Bailey Baker down low trying to save that ball for the Clopton Lady Hawks, get their rebound, and just unable to do it.
Clopton retains possession as Kuntz gets it into Bruni in the near side. Bruni works it around, takes it inside, tries to feed it to Baker, and it gets into the hands of Blackwell. Her shot's up and good.
First points of the night for Blackwell.
We're down to 16 seconds to go here in the third. Kuntz with the steal. Throws a long pass up to Bruni. Bruni goes up. Her shot's no good, and they wrestle for the rebound. It's going to call it a jump ball.
Trinity Squirts and Campbell Lindsay.
And it's 6 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Caldwell works it around. Needs some help, and that's how this quarter ends. Clopton has the lead 67-25. We've got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
If you're ready to start tanning but feel like you never have time, Custom Works Salon in Bowling Green has the answer for you. Chrissy and the gang now offer 24-hour tanning. For only $55 a month, you can get your glow on. Custom Works also has new hours. On Tuesdays, the salon is open until 8 p.m. Visit their Facebook page for a full list of times. Custom Works Salon, 405 South Court Street in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Maddie, that was a great third quarter, especially the effort put in there by McKenna Ing Hoffman. She ended up with all 10 points in that third quarter for the Lady Indians.
It's impressive for sure, and Ing Hoffman has really stepped it up this year. We've had the opportunity to talk with Coach Heather Minner before the game, and she had a really big night the other night against Wellsville Middletown and against Wright City, played extremely well. And so being able to come into this game and put up 10 points just in the third quarter alone is big for Van Far.
Coach Heather Minner giving Jensen a little bit of a breather here. She's been the workhorse tonight for the Van Far Lady Indians. Bruni with it now. Takes it far side to Smith. As we start this fourth quarter, she finds Spoonster in the paint. However, Van Far tips it away, gets control. With it is Squirts. Squirts back to Caldwell. Over the far side with it to Sutton. Down in the far corner. Gets it to Caldwell. Caldwell from the block extended. Shots up. It's no good, but she's going to the free throw line. She's going to get to shoot two.
Foul going on Jasmine Hammett. It'll be her first.
So Caldwell at the free throw line. First free throw shot on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. She'll get the second. Caldwell, the senior on the court for the Lady Indians. Shot on the way, and it's good. She's done a nice job from the free throw line this evening. Bruni brings it back the other direction. 67-26 is our score. Bruni, far side with it to Yates. Yates wants another one from downtown. It's no good. Hammett with the rebound. She feeds it back out to Bruni. Bruni decides to reset the offense. She takes it to the top of the key, backs it up between the circles. Looks down low to Smith. Smith about loses it, wrangles it back in. Now to Bruni. Bruni wants one from way downtown, and she rattles it home.
Big three from Madeline Bruni. She has 6 points here in the second half, both of them three-pointers.
70-26 is our score. And there's another takeaway, and we're going to have another foul. That's going to go against Caldwell.
That is her first, I believe, or second.
Mm-hmm. So it's Clopton's basketball as Hammett gets it into Bruni. Bruni will bring it into the front court. Brings it to the near side, hands it off. No, hands off to Hammett now. Hammett to the far side to Yates. Yates into the paint. She goes up for the left-handed layup, but it's no good. Loose ball. Coming away with it is Ing Hoffman. Ing Hoffman working against Smith. Now gets it to Caldwell. Caldwell working against Hammett. She crosses that half-court line. Over to the far side with it to Sutton. Back near side to Caldwell. Caldwell trying to create some space between her and Hammett. Finds Ing Hoffman at the elbow. On the far side, Ing Hoffman puts the ball in the court. It's no good and loses it. Comes away with it is Clopton. Yates has it now. Shanna's going to go all the way in. She tries to lay it off the glass, and Sutton's going to pick up the foul.
That'll be Sutton's.
I believe first.
First, I believe, yep.
Yep. And Shanna Yates goes to free throw line to shoot 2 as the clock continues to run.
70-26.
First free throw shot is up and no good by Yates. She'll get the second. Yates dribbles the basketball, spins, shot up on the way, and it's good. 71-26 is our score. Hawks on top. Far side with it. Now back center court to Caldwell. Caldwell looks for the screen. Picks up her dribble, needs some help. Gets it from Squirts. In some trouble. Finds it in the paint to Sutton. It's taken away by Spoonster. Spoonster looks ahead. Goes all the way down. She takes it to the hole herself. There it's up and 2. Tinley Spoonster had her eye on it the entire way. She has 10 now tonight, so she's in double figures. And there's another steal by Brea Smith. She stops, works her way around. Her shot's up and good. Brea's hit 20 points now this evening and makes it 75-26 with 4 minutes to go in the ballgame. Caldwell takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good.
She has 3 points in the second half, 7 in the game.
Spoonster holds it over on the far wing. Finds Smith. Smith into the paint to Yates. It's knocked away, and we're going to have a travel. Yeah, as Brea Smith and Madeline Caldwell both seem to hit the deck. Both playing very aggressive. That's a great matchup right there.
They got similar speed, and they'll throw themselves down to try to get that ball if they have to. Good matchup.
Caldwell to Sutton. Sutton holds the ball high. She's guarded by Spoonster. Sutton works around on the outside. Gets inside with it to Caldwell. Caldwell on the wing here on the near side. She's in some trouble. At the free throw line, they try to feed it down low to Ing Hoffman, and she's going to be fouled with 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go. They call it on Bruni. That's her 4th. So Lauren Blackwell, Skylar Parker, that's Stacia Talbert, Campbell Lindsay, and Skylar Parker all check in for Yates, Spoonster, and Hammett. We're under 3 minutes to go in this one. And Sutton tried to feed it in. It was tipped away. Sutton stepped out to hit the basketball, but 1 foot was still out of bounds. So it's back in the hands of Clopton.
And Van Far didn't get down the court. So Van Far put that pressure on, and Parker drives it to the basket.
Same thing she did on the entire third quarter. She found that lane that she liked, and she just drives right through it. So Ing Hoffman with it now over to Sutton. Sutton and brings it back near side. She works around from the block extended, gets it in the hands, tries to feed it in the hands of Caldwell. Parker's there to break it up. We've got more subs coming in. Cranston is coming in along with Bybee, and I'm missing someone else. I saw 3 come in. Oh, Maggard. So as they try to inbound, it's Parker that goes high, smacks it out volleyball style. We're under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 77-28 is our score. And this time,
that's tipped out
by
Gronick. Tylee Gronick coming into the game for the Lady Hawks.
Get it in Ing Hoffman. She works around, loses a handle on it. It's going to go out of bounds. That last touch by Clopton, so it'll stay with Van Far. Down to a minute 30 to go in the ball game. Clopton's led this entire basketball game. As the Indians try to get the ball in, it's taken away now by Parker. Parker has wide open spaces in front of her. Campbell Lindsay comes in almost like a defensive end and cuts off the defense of the Indians so they can't run up behind Parker.
Made it look really easy from Parker.
They did another turnover, and here's Parker going again. Campbell Lindsay's way ahead of the pack. She's going to go up off the glass, and her shot's up and good. So give Campbell 4 on the night, makes it 81-28.
Big night from Clopton offensively.
Ing Hoffman trying to get away, getting in the hands of Cranston. And ball's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Clopton. And now Coach Street's going to bring Baker in along with Williamson for Parker and Talbert. Down to the final 30 ticks. With it is Caldwell. Caldwell working around against Williamson. Is tipped around. Coming away with it is Gronk. Takes it to the hole. Gronick's shots up. It's no good. Williamson there for the putback, and they're going to wave it off. They're going to call a travel.
I think she just jumped up an extra time before getting her shot up, and so she gets called for travel.
Down to the final 10 seconds. Caldwell works it around. Tries to feed it in down low. With 3 seconds to go here in the ball game, that's how this one's going to end. Clopton gets the win, 81-28. We have your post-game show after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things Country Financial stands for. We're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of our community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. Since we're already neighbors, let's get together to chat. Call your local Country Financial representatives, Luke and Aaron Fessler, today at 217-285-4429 to talk about the things that are important to you and how we can help you protect them.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
So we are getting some introductions tonight for the new banners that are here in the gymnasium that are the new scoreboards. Community State Bank is being who's introduced right now. Mark and Margaret Gooden out there along with Paul Hill. Brittany Hinkie, Kelly Richards, Bridget Ruther, I kept wanting to call her Gregory. And then, of course, Magruder Limestone Company also being recognized as well. And the part I like about it is blackout night, and everybody has their black on this evening.
They agreed with the student section. They were like, yep, we're going to dress up just like you.
But talking about what great community supporters both businesses are and how much they've helped the community. So hats off to them as well. We're listening to Coach Tony Francis talk a little bit more about some more
improvements
that are being made. So Alan Magruder's out there. Matt Lindsay, of course. And Matt Lindsay. So, and there's several others that are here as well, of course. And I like the response. You have both. They're going to have the athletes around these guys because it does benefit them.
Giving a big thank you to the people that have donated and have made this a really nice. It's already a nice gym, but have made it even nicer.
So again, if you haven't been in the high school gymnasium, Maddie, I tell you what, why don't you take our cameras and give a shot up over here to the new scoreboards, and so you can see that's the Community State Bank one on the other end. Of course, we have a basket in the way. You can't really see it, but there's Magruder Limestone. So both those businesses made these new scoreboards possible. They talked about the LED lightings that are coming with them and all the great things that are going on around here as well. So hats off to both of them for such cool improvements in the area.
Oh, yeah, and these are the little things, when you have a successful program, you want to see these nice things, especially with all the hard work that these athletes put in. It's nice to have new things and a really nice new home court that they have as well. I made the comment the other night, it's well manicured.
Yes.
Kind of like whenever you're talking about a baseball or a softball diamond or even a football field. But Coach Tony Francis, he does his part to make sure that this is staying in pristine condition.
So hats off to both Magruder Limestone Company and Community State Bank for their additions here to the Dale Miller Gymnasium. So let's talk about the game that we just had, though. It was quite an interesting one. Unfortunately, it was a struggle for the Van Far Lady Indians. We talked about them being a little bit short-staffed this evening when Carmen Wilburn was out of the picture with her injury. She's done for the season. And then, of course, you take a couple other factors in there, and it was just overall a rough night for them and not probably the way they wanted in their regular season. But the players that were out there, I tell you what, you give them the A for effort because they were out there and they were working hard.
They never gave up, and it's really easy to do that in a game like this. And so they always kept fighting, and they were able to tack on some points there at the end. But it was a really big night for Clopton, and they needed that to bounce back. And I think that broke some things open. It got them the practice that they needed to go into district weeks because there was a lot of players who hadn't seen a lot of time, and they were really struggling to figure things out. But today was a good opportunity for them to figure those things out.
All right, let's take a quick break, or not break. Let's go ahead and run down scoring real quick.
Leading scoring for both sides is Brea Smith. She had 20 points tonight, followed by Skylar Parker. She had 16. Having 13 tonight, Shani Yates. Tinley Spoonster had 10. Madeline Bruni with 8. Jasmine Hammett had 5. Campbell Lindsay had 4. Stacia Talbert with 3. And then with 2, it was Lauren Blackwell. 4 scoring on the Van Far Lady Indians side. It was Mara Jensen with 11, followed by McKenna Ing Hoffman, who had all of her points coming in the second half. She put up 10. Big night for her in the second half. And then Madeline Caldwell had 7. So that makes sure 28 for the Van Far Lady Indians, 81 for the Clopton Lady Hawks.
All right, let's reset things. We'll be back for boys action as we have the pregame show for you up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice.
Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Eolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, we are ready for boys action here tonight. And Maddie, again, kind of like the girls, Clopton boys suffered a loss at the hands of the Bowling Green Bobcats here earlier this week. And you know that didn't set well not only with the players but Coach Tony Francis, and so they're going to be a little more hyped up this evening.
Yeah, they were very frustrated earlier in the week with their loss to Bowling Green, and they just didn't play to their ability. They let their emotions really get the best of them, and tonight they want to try to get an EMO conference win over the Van Far Indians. They're on their home court, wanting to seal off the EMO conference in the end of the season right here at home.
Well, you know, the Van Far Indians are going to have something to say about that as they came off. They went over and they won the Palmyra Invitational Tournament. They came back, played in Bowling Green. They played Bowling Green for third place, had a kind of a rough go there. But they're beating teams that people didn't think that they would beat.
No, and Van Far has really come a long way, and I think whenever we look at this team, they started together freshman year, and you've seen them develop so much over the last few years, and I think a lot of their winning and their consistency that we've seen out of them has really come from experience and their playing time. Well coached, obviously, with Pat Conaway, but they're just a team that's played together for a really long time.
And as far as the Clopton Hawks go, you know, they've got quite a bit of senior leadership on their team this evening, and they've really been trying to. They've had a nice run going, but they're trying to go that extra step, get that extra oomph there, and they're still kind of putting those pieces together. They're wanting everything to be in place before they start district play on Monday.
And that's something that Coach Tony Francis has talked about all season long, and there was pieces of it that did seem to come together, and you're like, okay, this is it. And then they'd kind of take a couple steps back. And so I think he's wanting that consistently night in and night out to play the basketball that he knows that his team can play. And tonight would be a good start preparing for districts.
Well, the Clopton boys received a first-round bye over at Class through District 5. Those games are going to play in Sturgeon, by the way, for both boys and girls. So they don't have to play on Monday night. Van Far, on the other hand, they are going to take on the number 8 seed. That's not right. I think it's number 7. I think there's 7 teams. They've got the Silex Owls in their opening round action. So Van Far came in as the number 2 seed in this in the district tournament. So there's a good possibility these two teams could face each other again in the championship game over districts, which they did last year as well.
Oh, it was such a good game, and it was a fun listen, and they made it very, very competitive. You really didn't know who was going to come out on the winning side of that, but both teams played so well. It's probably one of my favorite games over the last couple of years, but that'd be nice to see them both in the championship.
Well, you know, last year over at districts, Van Far upset the state-ranked Cairo Bearcats, and that didn't go over well with Cairo, and so Cairo's the number 3 seed in that district. So Van Far stands a very good chance of seeing them again. But, of course, you know, our hopes is to have 2 teams there playing in that championship game. It's fun for the fans, and they really pack the gym for those games, and it's just amazing. So we're already looking forward to District Week. Starts next week here in Missouri. As far as postseason, though, our Illinois schools are already underway. We'll have regional finals tomorrow night as the Pittsfield Lady Sockies take on Hillsboro over at Pittsfield High School. We'll have that game, at least some game breaks from that one, as we're also in Louisiana as the boys and girls host Mark Twain in the regular season finale.
Yeah, and so tomorrow night it'll be senior night at Louisiana High School, so all of their winter athletes will be honored. So even the swim team will be honored tomorrow night. But we have an EMO conference match there, and then obviously, as you mentioned, that's a pretty big game for the Pittsfield Lady Sockies, Pittsfield Grigsville Perry Lady Sockies. So best of luck to them.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with Keys to the Game after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by High County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
So, Madison, let's talk about the keys to the game for Vanfar. I think it's going to be controlling the board.
Controlling the board, and obviously we've seen a lot this year that Clopton, whenever something gets under their skin and something that isn't going their way, if they can control things, it's gonna get under Clopton's skin pretty quickly. And so I think that Vanfar is a very solid defensive team, and they're going to be able to get that stop that Coach Pat Conaway is always asking for. And so if they can do that tonight, I think they're going to be frustrating to the Clopton Hawks.
There are, and we talked for a couple of years now about Nikos Conaway, and he's done amazing things. He gets some great assistance by Gage Gibson and Carter Jennings and of course Cody Smith. But I think the key tonight for Vanfar to come away from this game with a win is going to be the young freshman Pacey Redding.
Yeah, Pacey Redding. When he's on, and he's going to shoot some threes, and he's going to pretty much knock them down anytime he's open. And so if he can stay out of foul trouble, like he had a little bit of issue over the last couple of weeks of getting into foul trouble in that first half, if he can stay out of foul trouble, he's so much better for the Vanfar Indians.
Pacey is one that we're definitely going to be interested to watch over the next couple years. Of course, he is Coach Brett Redding's son, nephew of Chad Redding, so he has some all-state caliber DNA flowing through his veins.
And some people who have obviously coached him up.
Yeah, they obviously have it. And he is a threat from not only the inside, as he's got a little bit of height, as he's also a threat from the outside. As you mentioned before, he can drain those threes left and right. And I think him being that threat is going to take some pressure off of Conaway, and it's going to be one of those situations where you're going to have to guard both of them. It's not, you can't just focus on, one player, kind of like, the Clopton Lady Hawks had to focus on Mara Jensen. They're going to have to figure out ways to stop Pacey Redding and Nikos Conaway in this matchup.
Another big one to pay attention to is Cody Smith. Last week, whenever they played Wellsville Middletown, he was able to knock down quite a few threes. I think he had 19 points in that game. He was their leading scorer. And so when he's on as well, especially attending Clopton and being here. This probably gives him a little bit of an extra edge coming into this game as well.
For the Clopton Hawks, we've kind of talked about them all season long. You get Tyler Kuntz and Jordan Genowine hot from behind that arc, and I tell you what, they've got good things going.
They do, and so Jordan Genowine, he's also one of those players with acrobatics. He's going to go in the air. He's going to jump up and get those rebounds. He is similar in playing style, I believe, to Nikos Conaway. He's going to have those really big jumps. He's going to kind of make those nice passes, and so you see big things out of Jordan Genowine, but Tyler Kuntz is their leader, and so you see that, and we've seen it for years. And he's really stepped up this year, I think, as a leader and as a player, and when he's hot at the corner, it's a really good game for Clopton.
And let's not forget the Evans brothers. You've got to have them under that basketball controlling those rebounds.
Whenever they work well together too. That makes it a good game for Clopton. And they're able to draw fouls. They're able to stay put whenever they need to be, block shots, and so they're really tough to get past a lot of times. And so if they're on tonight, I think Clopton comes out on the win.
All right, that's going to take care of the keys to the game. We have your starting lineup and opening tip after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Fessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, and Custom Work Salon.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, with the visitors on the scoreboard tonight, the Van Far Indians again in their road black jerseys with gold numbers and white trim. They are starting a 5'7" senior wearing number 5, Cody Smith. A 5'9" junior wearing number 20, Gage Gibson. A 5'9" junior wearing number 24, Nikos Conaway. 6'2" freshman wearing number 25, Pacey Redding. And a 6'3" junior wearing number 35, Carter Jennings. For the Clopton Hawks, it's the same lineup they've had all season long. They're starting a 6'2" senior wearing number 1, Tyler Kuntz. 6' junior wearing number 3, Chase Hall. A 5'9" sophomore wearing number 11, Jordan Genowine. A 6'4" junior wearing number 42, Cash Evans. And a 6'3" sophomore wearing number 44, Kane Evans. Clopton in their home white jerseys with black numbers and red trim here from the Dale Miller Gymnasium. They're going to do the in-house introductions. We're going to take our final break. We'll be back with tip-off after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Sun Window Company, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
See, look, I timed that just right, Maddie, to when they turned off the lights after they did the introduction for the Van Far Indians. Now they're doing the introductions for the Clopton Hawks. And kudos to the band. They're playing with the lights off.
That's a tough thing to do. I can't even play with my eyes open.
Well, so it's a little different intro this time. So the cheerleaders aren't dancing like they did last time. But as someone who grew up playing in the band for the introductions, I enjoy this being brought back.
Yeah, I really like it. And I think a lot of our bands have really taken it to the next level this year. They've gotten some different instruments in there. I've seen some music teachers even out there playing instruments. And so it's been really fun to listen to them this year.
So the Hawks, and here they all come out again. As that's something that they started, I think probably mid-season, is they don't come out individually as they're introduced. The Hawks don't. They all come out together, which is part of that mentality that Coach Tony Francis has been, I guess, preaching since he's been here, and a change that they did this year. So they all come out when the very first player is introduced.
Yeah, and I think that's a philosophy that the school has kind of adopted as well. I've seen T-shirts that have, like, we over me.
Yep.
So something big that the school has taken on.
All right, so Jennings going to tip center against Cash. That's Cash Evans. Of course, we'll call the Evans brothers by their first name. Clopton moving from our left to right. Ball's in the air. Clopton controls it. Genowine hands it off to Hall. Hall bring it across the timeline. Man-to-man defense from the Indians. Over to the far side. Hall takes it as he's guarded by Gibson. He looks. They're trying to Pacey Redding's giving Kane Evans no room tonight. Kuntz behind the arc on the near side. Finds Kane up top now. Skips it over the far corner to Hall. Hall looks inside. Nothing there. He spins. Needs some help. Finds it from Cash. Cash behind the arc. Brings it near side now to Genowine. Genowine looks inside. He's guarded by Smith. Back up to Kane. Kane puts the ball on the court. He goes in up off the glass, and it's good. Kane Evans gets the first 2 points of the night, and Clopton goes up 2-0 as we're started here. Haven't played quite a full minute in this one. Nikos brings it near side to Smith. Smith swings it over the side to Gibson. Gibson finds Nikos going back door. He lays it off the glass, and it's good. Nikos with the 2. We're knotted at 2-all with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Good start from both sides, especially players that you want to see get hot like we talked about in our keys to the game, and Conaway and Kane Evans.
And there's a steal by Conaway. He's going to take it to the hole around Genowine. Shots up. It's no good, but he's headed to the free throw line. So Genowine will pick up his first foul. Conaway will head to the free throw line for his first trip of the night. First free throw shot's up and no good. He'll get the second. So again, Conaway, a junior. They're losing Cody Smith, the Indians are. That's the only senior on the team as Nikos knocks down his second free throw. Gives him the 1-point lead.
So he has 3, and that's the difference in this ball game, 3-2.
With it is Kane. Kane brings it near side to Kuntz. Kuntz at the head of Van Far's bench gives it back to Hall. Hall stands on the edge of Ed Lindsay here on the near side as we're behind the benches. Back to Kuntz. Kuntz finds Kane, who kicks out top, swings it far side to Genowine. Genowine looks at the elbow to Cash. Cash looks to go back door to Kane. It's taken away by the Indians. Conaway goes down, shoots over top the defense, tips it around. Kane comes around the loose basketball. Hall pushes in the front, gets it to Genowine. Genowine takes it and lays it off the glass.
First points for Genowine, and the Clopton Hawks take back the lead 4-3.
So Conaway brings it near in the front court, gets it to Smith on the near side. Smith works it around, now finds Carter Jennings up top behind the arc. Jennings hands it off to Redding. Redding over the far side, backs up, brings it back center court to Conaway. To Smith. Smith stands about the middle of Clopton's bench. Now to Conaway. He wants a long 3, and it's good. So good that the net barely moved. So it's a 2-point lead now for Van Far. 6-4 is our score, 5.5 to go in the first. Genowine to Kuntz. Kuntz eyes the 3. He wants to trade buckets. It's off the back of the rim. No good. Conaway pulls down the rebound. Pushes it into the front court. Pulls up at the top of the key. Hands it off to Smith. Smith backs it up over to the far side now with it to Gibson. Gibson guarded by Hall. Starts directing traffic. Finds Redding now between the circles. To Jennings. Jennings behind the arc. He looks to Conaway. Conaway wants another 3. It's off the mark. With the rebound is Hall. Hall looks to push it into the front court. He gets past Gibson. All the way down now, pulls back and finds Kane. Kane holds it, now skips it over the far side to Kuntz. Kuntz looks inside to Evans. Evans, far wing to Genowine. Genowine guarded by Smith. in this man-to-man defense. They're trying to go back door, but Cash comes out to the free throw line, now finds Kane at the near block. Kane spins. His shot over Redding. It's up. It's no good. Ball's tipped around. They tip it out. Kuntz gets a hold of loose basketball. He's going to go all the way up off the glass. His shot's up and good.
First points for Tyler Kuntz.
And we're knotted at 6-all with 4.5 to go here in the first. 6-6, 4:26 to go here in the first quarter. Conaway to Redding. Brings it near side to Smith. Smith swings it to Jennings. Jennings wants a long three, and it's off the further end. Genowine with the rebound. Looks to run, gets it to Hall into the front court. Hall brings it near side to Kuntz. Kuntz thought about the three. Conaway got up and got in his face, and they try to go across the court. Now Smith with the steal. Smith is going to go up against Kuntz. He goes around the other side and makes it 8-6. Cody Smith with 2.
So he is the first Van Far Indian to score other than Nikos Conaway.
Genowine, they're going to say, stepped on the out-of-bounds line. So that's the third turnover here in the first quarter for Clopton. We knew this was going to be a back-and-forth basketball game. It is a 2-point lead now for the Indians. 3:45 to go in the first. Conaway into the front court, hands it to Gibson. Gibson to Redding. Redding between the circles, brings it near side to Smith. Smith to Jennings. Jennings takes it, kicks it off to Conaway. Conaway guarded by Genowine. This is the matchup we kind of figured we'd see this evening. Now Smith with it up top. To Jennings once again over on the far side. Smith wants a long three. Looks to bank it in, and it rattles home. Cody Smith with the tray.
He has 5 points.
And that's the lead now of Van Far over Clopton. 11-6, 3 minutes to go here in the first. To Genowine. Genowine at the head of Van Far's bench here on the near wing. Looks for the screen from Cash. Swings it to Hall. Hall over the far side to Kane. Kane back up to Chase. Chase Hall holding basketball, working against Smith. Kane comes out. Feeds it to Genowine. Genowine wants the three, and it rattles home.
Jordan Genowine was open in the corner by the doors. He puts up 3 and closes this gap. 11-9. Van Far leads the Clopton Hawks. 2:36 to play here in the first quarter.
Gibson over on the far wing, standing at the end of the Ed Lindsay court. He wants a downtown three, and it's good.
Way long.
Gage Gibson with the tray. Kane Evans pushes it into the front court, gets it to Genowine. He thought about another three and instead works their way around the defense, feeds it to Cash, and Cash goes to get it to Kuntz. However, Kuntz had flashed up to the top of the arc. So another turnover for Clopton here with 2:14 to go in the first quarter. It's still a 5-point lead for Van Far, 14-9, 2:08 to go in the first. Gibson over on the far wing. He's guarded by Hall, puts the ball on the court. Works it around, gets it to Conaway. Conaway to Smith. Smith on the near side now. He takes it back center court to Gibson. Gibson swings it far wing to Redding. Redding back to Carter. Jennings. Jennings to Gibson. Gibson thought about another three instead. Puts it in paint. Goes out to Smith. Smith take another one from downtown, and it's hot.
Cody Smith. He has 8 points.
And with that, Coach Tony Francis wants to take a timeout. We'll do the same. 1:37 to go in the first. Van Far leads Clopton at 17-9 as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Out of the timeout, Clopton has the ball in the front court. With it on the near side is Hall. Hall looks inside to Evans. That's Cash. Cash works it around. He goes up off the glass. The ball's partially tipped. Evans comes away with it. No, now it's Gibson. Gibson has the loose basketball. He gets in the front court to Conaway. Conaway hands it off to Smith. Now to Redding. Redding between the circles, finds Jennings on the wing. He thought about it, now gets it Smith. That's Conaway. Conaway brings it now to Smith. Smith head fakes for the three, takes it down low, goes up off the glass, and his shot's good.
He's in double digits. 10 points for Cody Smith.
And it's a 10-point lead for Van Far, the largest of the night. 19-9 with under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Kane gets it to Kuntz. Kuntz wants a three. His shot's off the mark. With the rebound is Evans. That's Cash. His putback's no good, but he's headed to the free throw line. He's going to get to shoot two.
The three ball just isn't falling for the Clopton Hawks. They're going to have to drive to the board. They have a height advantage for a couple of players out there, but Van Far definitely has some height in Jennings and Redding.
Carter Jennings is who received the foul. Cash's first free throw shot's up and no good. So Cash will have a second. And it's no good as well. Ball's tipped around. Redding comes away with the basketball. Conaway slows things down just a little bit as he walks into the front court. Picked up by Genowine. Still a man-to-man defense from the Hawks. He just stands there looking to kill time. Down to 20 seconds to go here in the first. Could possibly be looking to go for the last shot here of the quarter.
No one's moving.
As Clopton's content to let the clock run as well. Redding gets it to Jennings. Jennings far side to Gibson. Gibson works it around. He spins. Hands it off to Conaway. Conaway's shot is up. It's no good. Hall with the rebound, but that's how the first quarter is going to end. Van Far with the 10-point lead, 19-9 over the Hawks. We've got second quarter action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So, Maddie, I'm not sure. How do you feel about that first quarter? I think I'm a little shocked as Van Far has a 10-point lead over Clopton here, 19-9.
Yeah, and you knew that they were going to come out with some energy here today, and they're going to try to – you want to get into the head of your opponent, possible opponent for districts as well. And so if they can get out here and show what they can actually do, that makes them have some sort of advantage if you get to that district championship over Clopton.
And I think the big key in the first quarter was Cody Smith. He knocked down 10 points, and that's the difference right now. Van Far has the ball to start the second quarter. Redding over on the far wing, working against Kane Evans. He picks it up, finds Gibson. Gibson working against Hall in this man-to-man defense. Hands it off to Conaway. Conaway on the near wing now. Back between the circles to Redding. Redding back to Conaway. Conaway's going to take his place. They're going to switch places as they reset this offense. Gibson on the near side. Skips it far side to Smith. Smith brings it back near side. Conaway with a long three. It's short. Gibson with it back to Conaway. Conaway splits defenders. Takes it to the hole. His shot's up and good. Conaway with another two. Makes it 21-9.
He's chasing Cody Smith.
Kane with it to the hole. His shot's up and good.
Kane with 4 on the night.
So here comes Conaway back the other direction. Hands it off to Gibson. Now Jennings to Redding. Redding stands about the middle of Clopton's bench on the near side. Picks up his dribble, finds in the near corner with it to Gibson. Gibson takes it back up top. They're going to reset this offense. Redding with it over the far side now with it to Smith. Smith needs some help. Ball's deflected. Turned over. That's a first turnover for Van Far. As Genowine has it now, he drives the baseline. He's up underneath. His shot's up. No good. It's going to go out of bounds. And they'll say his last touch by Evans. That's by Cash.
Inbounding the ball for the Van Far Indians is Pacey Redding. He finds Nikos Conaway, and Nikos brings it up the court.
Nikos crosses over into the front court, gets it to Gibson, now to Redding, brings it near side to Smith. Cody Smith working against Tyler Kuntz. Goes the far side to Redding. It's Pacey Redding back now with it to Smith. Smith again being guarded by Kuntz. Those two probably went to elementary school together, as Smith was at Clopton for quite a while. His shot that time was up and no good. With the rebound is the Hawks. Far side now with it to Kuntz. Over to Genowine. Genowine guarded by Conaway. Looks inside to Cash. Kicks it back to Kuntz. In the near corner with it to Kane. Kane with the left hand. Now crossover dribble. Takes it down low. He spins in some trouble. Finds Cash. Cash trying to find some space back out top to Genowine. Now near side with it to Kane. To Cash again in the short corner. Back to Kane. Kane thought about the three. Puts the ball on the court. Tries to feed it inside. And it goes off his hands, out of bounds. And into the hands of Conaway. Conaway spins. Goes up. And he's going to the free throw line. He's going to shoot two.
Foul being called on Genowine. That is his second.
Team second.
So he has both of them.
Conaway back at the free throw line. First free throw shot up and no good. He'll get the second. Jason Hain checks in along with Brandon Lay and Malik Marshall for Genowine. Cody Smith and Carter Jennings came out, so I missed someone else coming in. It is Evan Utterback. Conaway at the free throw line. Second free throw shot is good.
So he is 50% tonight from the free throw line.
Hall into the front court to Marshall. Back to Kuntz. Kuntz takes it to the hole. His shot's up and good.
Kuntz with 4.
Makes it 22-13, 5:12 to go here in the half. Conaway again walks it into the front court, dishes it off to Redding, now on the near side with it to Lay. Lay back to Redding. Ooh, he thought about the three. Takes it down, goes up, tries to bank it in, no good. Marshall with the rebound, kicks it out to Hall. Hall into the front court to Kuntz. Kuntz back to Hall. Hall thought about the three. Gibson got out there, added the pressure. Kuntz, another long three on the way, and it's good.
He has the touch today.
Tyler Kuntz with 7 makes it 22-16. Kuntz meets Conaway at the half court line. They feed it to Gibson. Gibson down low inside with it to Utterback. Utterback kicks it back out to Redding, now with a delay between the circles. To Utterback at the free throw line. At the elbow, back to Lay. Lay wants the long three, and it's off the mark. Kane with the rebound. Feeds it out to Hall. Hall pushes it into the front court, pulls up right at the head of Van Far's bench on the near side. Skips it far side to Kuntz. Back between the circles now to Hain over on the far wing. Looking inside to Kane. Kane working against Redding. Back up top to Marshall. Marshall goes down. Cross court to Kane. Kane shots up and good. And what was a 12-point lead is down to 4. 22-18 here. Indians still on top. 3:50 to go here in the half. Lay with the basketball. He's at the head of Clopton's bench. Walks towards center court. Far side with it to Gibson. Gibson's drained a three tonight.
From out where the referee is.
Yep. Redding back up top to Lay. Lay takes it all the way over the far side from the block. He tries to bank it in. No good. Kane with the rebound. Kicks it out to Hall. Hall looks to push into the front court. Pulls up as soon as he crosses the half court line. Swings it over to Kuntz. Now to Hain. Hain over on the far wing. Back to Hall. Hall looks as he's trying to get around Gibson. They find Kane. Kane working against Redding. Goes off the glass. His shot's up and good, and it's a 2-point basketball game. And Coach Conaway says we need a timeout to talk about things. 22-20 our score. Van Far leads Clopton by 2. 3:16 to go here in the half as you're listening to the EMO Conference Basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Clopton has a 2-2-1 full court defense in place now as the Indians inbound the basketball. Smith back in the basketball game along with Jennings. They throw a long pass to Conaway. Conaway to Jennings. Jennings open all by himself underneath the basket, and it's good. Carter Jennings with his first points of the night stretches it back to a 4-point lead, 24-20. Kane Evans with the basketball as he works around into the paint, goes up. His shot's good. Kane's decided that he's going to take it upon himself to keep the Hawks in this one with 2:50 to go in the half. Conaway hands it to Redding. Redding over to Gibson. Gibson looks inside, nothing there. Finds Jennings. Jennings swings it near side to Smith. Smith working against Marshall. Now with it to Gibson. Gonna hand it to Conaway. Conaway tries to create some space between he and Kuntz. Conaway shots up. It's off the back of the rim. Ball's tipped around. Coming away with it is Hain. Hain finds Hall. Hall working against Smith into the front court. Dishes it off to Marshall on the near side. Marshall splits defenders. Kicks it back out to Hall. As Marshall has it at the end of Van Far's bench now. He tries to feed it inside to Kane, but Kane was rolling towards the basket, so Pacey Redding says, I'll take that. Redding goes up. His shot's no good, but he's going to go to the free throw line, and he's going to get to shoot 2.
That foul going on number 3, Chase Hall. It'll be his first of the game. Team's third.
2:02 to go here in the half. Van Far on top, 24-22. As Pacey Redding stands at the free throw line for his first of 2. Shot on the way. It's off the mark. Kane's going to get a little bit of a breather as Cash is going to take a seat. I think I said that wrong. Kane's taking a seat as Cash comes in.
Taking his spot.
Evans for Evans. How about that? Redding's second free throw shot is up and good. It's a 3-point lead now for the Indians.
It's the first point in the book for Pacey Redding.
So Kuntz gives it off to Hall. Hall back to Kuntz on the near side. Finds Hain between the circles, swings it to Hall. Hall to Marshall. Marshall top of the key. Back to Kuntz at the head of Van Far's bench. He looks for the 3, and it's short. Chasing down the loose basketball is Conaway. Conaway into the front court. He's guarded by Kuntz. Man-to-man defense still from the Hawks as Conaway works it around at the free throw line, kicks it out to Redding. Redding looks for that long 3. It's going to be short. Chasing down the loose basketball is Marshall. Marshall feeds it to Hall. Hall looks to get it into the front court, being chased by Smith. Hands it off to Kuntz. Kuntz takes it to the free throw line to Cash. Back to Kuntz, now to Hall. Hall in the middle of Van Far's bench, gets it down low to Cash. Back out to Hain, back to Hall again. Little triangle action there as they now include Kuntz. As they're going to say he traveled.
Picked his feet up, moved a step or 2 before actually putting the ball down to dribble.
Got a minute 9 to go here in the half. 25-22 is our score.
Van Far is leading the Clopton Hawks.
And they're going to say Kane didn't get to the scores table in time.
So he'll have to wait a minute.
Yeah, they're not going to let him sub in. So Conaway finds Redding. Redding on the near side, looks inside, waits for his offense to move, now kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson all alone, wants the 3, and it rattles on home.
That is his second 3-pointer today.
Stretches that lead back out to 6, 28-22. We're down to 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Hall and Smith running toe-to-toe, and they're going to hit Smith with the foul. It'll be just his 5th, only the team's 2nd. Kane now returns for Hain. So Kane will inbound between the scores table and Van Far's bench. Kane finds Cash over on the far side. Back to Kane, top of the key. Swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz working against Conaway, looks for the screen, needs some help. Gonna get it from Hall. Hall being guarded against by Smith, now finds Kane between the circles. Back to Kuntz. Kuntz stands in the middle of Van Far's bench on the near side to Cash up top. Over, far side to Hall, now with it to Kane. Kane looking down low to Cash, nothing there. Marshall comes out. Marshall's going to split defenders. Loses a handle on the ball. Now it's in the hands of Conaway. Conaway across to Smith. Smith lays it off the glass, and it's good.
Another 2 for Cody Smith to end the first half.
And Van Far has the lead, 30-22. We've got your halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM. Sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Okay, so Clopton is doing the Chuck-a-Duck as well. And I would just like to point out that Sherry Black got out there, did a little deal, threw it in there, and it went in and bounced out. I think if you hold free throw records, you should not be allowed to participate, Sherry.
Yeah. Sherry, come on.
Well, then I saw we have Bridget Ruther down there. Of course, Bridget Gregory. See, Charlie Spoonster was down there. I think we have some unfair advantages as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you have any athletic experience and you're older than a majority of the people on the court, you probably have some sort of advantage.
At Jillian Locker down there. I see how they all are.
Yeah, they just want to win. I would play.
They get the basketball stars down there to do the work. So, again, that was a lot of fun to watch. But it's been a fun first half here between Clopton and Van Far. I think maybe Van Far has surprised Clopton a little bit.
Oh, yeah. They outscored the Clopton Hawks in the first quarter by 10 points. They put up 19. Clopton only put up 9, and I think that really set the tone for that first half. And as the Clopton Hawks, they did outscore the Van Far Indians in the second quarter. They were still trailing, so they still trail in this game by 8, as the Clopton Hawks were able to put up 13 in the second quarter, and the Van Far Indians only put up 11. But the Van Far Indians still hold that 8-point lead.
I'll tell you what, we'll take a break here on the halftime report. When we return, we'll go over numbers from the first half and talk about more basketball headed your way on Eagle 102 still this week and into postseason, as we've got some postseason play on Saturday as well. You're listening to the halftime report here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Fessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, and Custom Work Salon.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
All right, Maddie, you got some first half numbers for us?
Yes. So for the Clopton Hawks, leading in scoring is Kane Evans. He has 10 points tonight. Tyler Kuntz has 7, followed by Jordan Genuine with 5. So it's 10 for Kane Evans, 5 for Jordan Genowine, and 7 for Tyler Kuntz, rounding out to their 22 points. 30 points for the Van Far Indians coming in that first half, and a lot of them came from Cody Smith. He had 12, so big first half from Cody Smith. Nikos Conaway had 9. Gage Gibson with 6. He had 2 3-pointers from way out, and so he's had a pretty good night from behind the arc. And then you also have Carter Jennings with 2. Pacey Redding got into the scorebook as he put up a free throw for 1, but it's Cody Smith leading scoring from both sides as he has 12 tonight, and Kane Evans has 10, so he's right behind him. And then following him is Nikos Conaway with 9.
Well, we talked about districts for these two teams start on Monday. Both of them playing in Sturgeon, Class 2, District 5. The Clopton Hawks got the number 1 seed, so they got a bye. But Van Far will take on Silex on Monday evening. But we still have more regular season and postseason starting, continuing actually already here for our listening area. Tomorrow night, we've got a couple games for you, including Louisiana boys and girls hosting Mark Twain will be there, and as the Pittsfield Lady Sockies take on Hillsboro in the regional finals game at Pittsfield High School, so stay tuned for that. Then boys postseason coverage starts on Saturday in Illinois. Pittsfield take on Illini West at Illini West, and then Griggsville Perry will take on Western at Griggsville Perry. We'll have both those games for you right here on Eagle 102 as well. So lots of basketball still to go. We're just headed right out of the regular season into the postseason, Maddie.
Yeah, and postseason is such a fun time. You get to see all these teams you've watched all year kind of put things together and see them compete with teams that we may not see all the time and see how they do and fare across the state. And so best of luck to our area teams.
All right, let's take our final break. We'll be back with second half action. Right now, as Van Far Indians lead the Clopton Hawks at halftime, 30-22, as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Sun Window Company, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
We're getting ready for second half action here from Clopton High School. Maddie, Van Far leads Clopton by the score of 30-22. And Clopton has only led this game one time, and that's when they scored the first basket.
Yeah, and so whenever we had that lead early in the game, it was really back and forth. And so both teams were kind of going at it, and then it was Van Far that was able to pull away, and a lot of that came from Cody Smith, as he was definitely very hot in that first quarter of play.
All right, looks like it's going to be Clopton having the basketball to start the second half. No. Yeah. They keep pointing to Clopton, but none of the Clopton players were going over to get the basketball, so I was a little confused.
Somebody get over here. Grab the ball.
So Kane will inbound to Hall. Same starting five out for both teams. Hall in a little bit of trouble as he picked up his dribble. Thought he was going to feed it off to Kuntz, and Kuntz got covered quickly. Genowine back to Kuntz. Swings it over to Hall. Now to Kane. Kane looks inside to Cash. Now brings it near side to Genowine. Kuntz wants a long three. It's no good. With the rebound is Jennings. He went tall for the rebound, brings it out, and hands it off to Conaway. Conaway feeds it up front to Redding. Redding spins into the paint, tries to create some room, high off the glass. No good, but Jennings there to put it back. So Carter Jennings with another two here to start the second half.
He has 4 tonight.
It's a 10-point lead for the Indians. Genowine guarded by Smith over on the far side, looks for the screen. Now brings it out to Hall. Hall hasn't put up a 3 yet this evening. Kane with it, swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz over by the student section, looks for something on the inside, gets it to Kane. Kane works it around, going against Redding. He spins, loses a handle, and it ends up in the hands of Gage Gibson. Hands it off to Conaway. Conaway at the free throw line. His running shot's up and good. Back to a 12-point lead. Now for the Indians, 34-22, 6:44 to go here in the third.
And Conaway is now in double digits as he has 11.
Genowine between the circles, near side with it now to Evans. That's Kane. Back to Kuntz. Far side to Hall, now with it in the hands of Genowine. Kane, near side to Kuntz. Kuntz stands at the head of Clopton's bench. He's looking inside, now hands it to Hall. Hall's in the middle of the bench. Over to the other side. This defense that Van Far is running has caused all kinds of problems. There's a takeaway by Jennings as they tried to feed it inside to Cash. Conaway from the elbow extended. Up top with it to Redding. Redding between the circles brings it near side to Smith. Smith going to hand it back to Conaway. Conaway at the head of Van Far's bench here on the near side, working against Genowine. Directing traffic now finds Smith. Smith on the far side. Head fake as he works back. They try to go back door to Conaway, and he gives it into Redding. Redding shots off the mark, and it's Hall with the rebound.
Good rebound by Chase Hall as he was able to jump higher than Jennings to get the ball to get to Clopton.
So Kane to Cash. Cash in the paint, high off the glass, and it's good. Cash has been fairly quiet this evening. That's his first field goal of the night. Back to a 10-point lead for the Indians. 34-24, 5:23 to go here in the third. Jennings out far with it. It gets it to Conaway. Now between the circles with it to Redding. Redding swings it to Gibson on the far side. They don't really Clopton's staying kind of packed inside that arc. They're not getting too far out. They're giving them the chance for those long three-point shots. Redding gives a fake, takes it down the block on the near side, and it's Hall that strips it away. Only the second turnover in this game for Van Far. Kuntz with it back to Hall. Back to Kuntz. Stands over on that far wing in front of the student section. Feeds it inside to Cash. Cash hits Kane, slashing to the bucket, and Kane takes it home.
He has 12.
34-26. 4.5 to go here in the third. Conaway feeds it to Redding. Redding, just one dribble. He needs some help. Jennings comes out. Jennings looking to knock down the three, and it's short. We'll call it a pass to Smith as he went high and pulled it down. Now back to Conaway. Swings it to Redding again over on the far side. Conaway looking for that three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Kuntz with the rebound. Kuntz into the front court. Works it to the far side, brings it near side to Hall. Hall back to Kane. Kane swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz guarded by Conaway in this man-to-man defense from the Indians. Now to Genowine. Genowine takes it to the free throw line, out to Kane. Kane lobs it down low to Cash, right back to Kane. Kane takes it to the hole. His shot's up and good.
Make that 14 for Kane Evans. He's kind of been unstoppable ever since the start of the second quarter.
It's a 6-point lead, 34-28, 3:40 to go here in the third. Jennings over on the near side. He's at the head of Van Far's bench, hands it off to Conaway. Conaway takes it to the free throw line, tries to bounce around a couple times, and loses a handle on the basketball. Coming away with it is Hall. Hall feeds it up to Kane. Kane goes cross court to Genowine. Genowine back out to Hall, swings it near side to Kuntz. Kuntz finds the lane, takes it to the hole. His shot's up and good.
A very back and forth game we've had this evening, and that's 9 points for Tyler Kuntz, first of the second half.
So Conaway into the front court. He's working up top against Genowine. Near side with it to Redding. Redding back to Conaway. Conaway looks for Smith, hands it off as Smith comes guns barreling this direction. He was just a blazing, wasn't he?
He was. Moving quick.
Redding to Conaway again. Conaway finds Jennings as he steps out behind the arc. Tries to go back door to Conaway, and he's there. Takes it off the glass, and it's good. Nikos Conaway with another two on the night. Makes it a 36-30 game. 2.5 to go here in the third.
I think both of these teams have very similar playing styles, which makes this game so enjoyable to watch.
Genowine behind the arc, dishes it off to Kane. Kane hands it to Kuntz. Kuntz to Kane to Cash. Cash kicks it out to Hall, but it's tipped away and into the hands of Van Far. Gibson with that one. He pulls up as he crosses in the half-court line. Finds Redding between the circles. Redding still guarded by Kane. Brings it near side to Smith. Smith back to Jennings. He wants a long three. It's off the back of the rim. It's Genowine with the rebound. Kicks it out again to Hall. Hall into the front court. Hands it to Kuntz. Kuntz works it around. Now back out to Kane. Kane to Hall. Hall looking inside. Finds Kuntz behind the arc. Kuntz wants the three. It's short. Ball's loose. Conaway comes away with it. It's 1-on-3. Conaway still going all the way, and he flies in there. It's no good. Gibson chases down the loose basketball. Feeds it to Jennings. Out to Smith. Smith into the paint to Jennings. Jennings takes it off the glass, and it's good.
6 for Carter Jennings.
We got a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 38-30 is our score. Van Far leads Clopton with 1:28 to go in the third as you're listening to EMO Conference Basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
38-30 is our score. Van Far leads Clopton in this one. We got 1:28 to go here in the third. Again,
good game so far.
Yeah, Clopton's only lead in this basketball game came when they scored first on a Kane Evans shot. So it's going to be Clopton's basketball. They'll take it the length of the court. Utterback back in the basketball game now for Van Far, along with Lay. Looks like Smith and Jennings is getting a little bit of a breather as Chase Hall walks the ball down the court for the Hawks. Far side with it to Genowine. Genowine now guarded by Lay. Finds Kane as he comes out. Top, now to Kuntz. Kuntz stands in the middle of Clopton's bench. Now Cash. Cash looks inside, swings it far side to Hall. Hall to Kane. Kane tries to find Kuntz underneath. He's too far under, but he backtracks and gets the bucket.
Now in double digits, Tyler Kuntz.
Coach Conaway kind of wants him to watch. He feels that Kuntz is walking every time he gets the basketball. With it is Gibson over the far side to Conaway. Now to Utterback. Utterback, he pulls up for the long three, and he nails it.
Utterback coming in off the bench, a freshman, drains a three for Van Far.
41-32, 30 ticks to go here in the third. Genowine works it around, kicks it out to Hall. Hall wants in on the three-point action. It's off the back of the rim, and it falls off the side to Conaway. So Conaway slows it down. He walks it across the half-court line. Genowine giving him room as they're down to 13 seconds. Looking to go for the last shot here in the third. 41-32 our score. Indians on top of the Hawks. Conaway looks for the screen from Utterback. All the way down. Up off the glass. And no, they're going to say Cash Evans fouled him. So Nikos is going to go to the free throw line. He's going to get to shoot two. As Cash Evans picks up his first foul of the night with 1.8 seconds to go in the third.
It's been a pretty clean game from both sides.
That's the first foul of this half. Conaway's first free throw shot off the front of the rim. Not spectacular free throw shooting like we're used to from the two teams tonight. As Conaway stands at the free throw line. Free throw shot no good, and it's Genowine with the basketball. Long baseball pass. But the Indians in the third on top of the Hawks. 41-32. We've got your final quarter of action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Building relationships, supporting the community, and service.
These are the things Country Financial stands for. We're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of our community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. Since we're already neighbors, let's get together to chat. Call your local Country Financial representatives, Luke and Aaron Fessler, today at 217-285-4429 to talk about the things that are important to you and how we can help you protect them.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
41-32 is our score. Van Far leads Clopton, has led them the entire game, except for that opening round bucket. We got 8 minutes to go to decide this one, Maddie. And this is a rematch we could see at districts.
Definitely a game to watch and put on your schedule if that does happen again after this. These two teams match up extremely well.
Conaway with the basketball. He dribbles into the front court, dishes it off to Redding over the far side, now with it to Smith. Smith guarded by Kuntz, finds Jennings way out on the Birds' wing. He's almost in the circle. Brings it near side to Gibson. Gibson hands it back to Conaway. Conaway to Redding. To Smith. Looks like Van Far is pretty content to just kill some clock. As they've played 30 seconds and they haven't even tipped it towards the basket.
They do have a 9-point lead.
Jennings brings it back out. Now finds Redding. Redding to Gibson. Gibson guarded by Hall. Back out to between the circles. Gets it to Conaway. Conaway backs up. And this is something that area high school basketball players may not be able to do here in the near future on Missouri side of thing, as they're looking to implement that shot clock. I think they're going to put it in place in Illinois next year, I believe. They've already passed it in Illinois for it to go. I think they're supposed to start it next year.
So burning a minute or more of clock time probably not likely to happen.
So the ball's knocked out of bounds, so Van Far will inbound it again. Jennings at the head of Van Far's bench. And we got a timeout. They saw that coming. Coach Conaway did, as Kane Evans came out and put some pressure on, so we'll take a timeout as well. 6:56 to go here in the in the ball game. Van Far leads Clopton 41-32 as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
If you're ready to start tanning but feel like you never have time, Custom Works Salon in Bowling Green has the answer for you. Chrissy and the gang now offer 24-hour tanning. For only $55 a month, you can get your glow on. Custom Works also has new hours. On Tuesdays, the salon is open until 8 p.m. Visit their Facebook page for a full list of times. Custom Works Salon, 405 South Court Street in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Becky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Conaway dishes it off to Carter. His shot's up and good. There's a nice little give and go there.
Carter Jennings has 6 of those coming in the second half.
Marshall with it now for the Hawks. Gets it to Genowine. Genowine back to Hall. Swings it far side to Kuntz. It's tipped by Conaway. Kuntz reeled it back in. Now Marshall with it on the far side. Up top to Genowine. Back to Marshall again on the far wing. Looks for some help. He dribbles around, tries to find some space. Now with it to Genowine on the near side. Genowine working against Smith. Finds Hall. Swings it to Marshall once again. They get it inside to Kane. Kicks it back out to Marshall. Marshall finds the path, and it's taken away by Smith. So Conaway once again in control for the Indians. Into the front court, guarded by Genowine. Still man-to-man defense, far side with it to Smith. Smith guarded by Marshall. One dribble, needs some help. Gets it from Gibson. Gibson here on the near side. Is working against Hall, and Hall's going to be tagged with the fouls. He reached around. 5:48 to go here in the ball game. Van Far leads this one 43-32, and that's Hall's second foul. Marshall comes out as Cash Evans returns. Smith throws it in the back court to Conaway. Conaway again working against Genowine. Into the front court. Conaway takes it straight to the hole. His shot's up. It's no good. Cash with the rebound. He outlets to Hall. Hall into the front court. Takes it over to Kuntz. Kuntz brings it back near side to Kane. Kane back out to Hall. Hall near side to Kuntz. Kuntz down inside to Kane. They kind of work it around. Hall holds it now. Over, skips across to Kuntz. Kuntz wants a long three, and it rattles home.
He has 2 3-pointers tonight.
Makes it 43-35 with a little over 5 minutes to go here in this ball game. So the ball was tipped out. Last touch by Clopton. Van Far's basketball. Full court man-to-man defense from the Hawks. Long baseball throw to Conaway. He chases it down, saves it from going out of bounds by tiptoeing into the paint to Gibson. Gibson brings it back out, and they're going to reset this offense. Conaway holds the ball out away from Genowine. Tries to find some space, dishes it off to Jennings. Jennings working against Cash Evans. Hands it off now with it to Conaway. Conaway again guarded by Genowine. Finds Smith. Smith working against Kuntz. Stands out in the circle. Working around the Hawk. Takes it over again, far side to Conaway. Looking to kill some clock once again. As Conaway to Gibson. Near side to Redding. Redding with the left hand backs it up. Behind the arc, hands it back to Conaway. Conaway to Jennings. Jennings goes up. His shot's up and good.
Make it 10 for Carter Jennings.
45-35 our score, 4:20 to go in the ball game. It's back to a 10-point lead. Van Far's led by as many as 12 in this matchup. Hall looking for his first three of the night. It's too long. Ends up in the hands of Conaway. Conaway working against Genowine in the backcourt. Crossover dribble. Back again. Into the front court. Hands it off to Redding. Redding trying to find some space away from Evans. That's Kane. Now with it is Jennings. Back to Conaway in the middle of Van Far's bench. To Redding. Over on the far side in the hands of Smith. Smith in the paint. Goes up. No bucket, but he's going to the free throw line. I think Kuntz is going to be tagged with his first foul of the night.
And yes, that is his first.
And Cody Smith heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. 3:48 to go here in this ball game. Van Far leads Clopton 45-35. Smith's first free throw shot's on the way, and it's good.
He's had a quiet second half after putting up 12 in the first half. That's just his first point coming here with 3:48 to go.
So not real sure what Pat Conaway, Cody Smith, and one of the referees are talking about, but Cody Smith's second free throw shot. Off the mark, Kuntz with the rebound. Throws it up to Hall. Hall goes up against Carter. Carter gets the rebound after Hall's shot's no good. Carter Jennings with the basketball. He hands it off to Conaway. Cross court with it now to Redding. Redding now to Jennings. Jennings between the circles working against Cash. And hands it back off to Conaway. Conaway is going to be fouled now by Genowine. And that'll be Genowine's third. It's an 11-point lead for Van Far. 46-35, 3:24 to go in the ball game. So Smith to inbound. Looks. And it's tipped by Kuntz, taken away by Genowine. And now there's going to be a foul against Van Far. That's going to go against Cody Smith. That's his second. Only the first foul by Van Far in this second half.
We've mentioned that it's been a clean game. Clopton Hawks have fouled quite a bit here in the second half in comparison to the Van Far Indians, but they only have 4.
Kane takes it to the hole. It goes a 360, and now Coach Tony Francis wants to talk to his Hawks. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 3:10 to go in the ball game. Van Far leads Clopton 46-37 as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Fessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, and Custom Work Salon.
Hey, I'm Megan Smelser, a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. Along with treating many orthopedic conditions, we treat many neurological conditions as well, from vertigo, post-concussion syndrome, post-stroke, multiple sclerosis, and we are certified in the BIG program that is a well-known treatment for Parkinson's. Our biggest goal is for you to get back to what matters to you, whether that be your favorite hobbies, keeping up with your children or your grandchildren, or simply getting around your home with ease. At Advance, we know you have a choice when it comes to physical therapy. We hope you choose Advance PT. We are conveniently located across from the high school track and football field. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
After the timeout, Van Far was able to take it the length of the court. They got it to Pacey Redding, who skipped it cross court to Carter Jennings. He laid it off the glass and made it a 48-37 basketball game. Here with 2:47 to go in the ball game. Marshall with it now for the Hawks. Far side with it to Genowine. Genowine from downtown. It's off the mark. Ball goes up, goes out of bounds. They're saying it's last touch by Van Far.
So the ball will stay with Clopton. And it looks like Cash Evans coming back into the game, and he's coming in for Malik Marshall. A long three from Chase Hall, and it rims in and out. Coming up with the rebound is Nikos Conaway.
So with it is Nikos working against Genowine, still in the back court. Dishes it off far side to Redding. Redding about has a pocket picked, and we're going to have a foul. And I think they're going to call it on Hall. That is who they call it on.
So that is his third foul. So you have Genowine and Hall with 3 fouls apiece.
So as Van Far looks to get in. They throw a long pass into the backcourt to Conaway. Down to 2:20 to go in the ball game. 48-37 is the score. Conaway to Gibson. Gibson working against Hall. Now to Redding. Redding to Gibson. Clopton has 5 team fouls to Van Far's 1 here with under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Conaway with the basketball, and they intentionally foul
Nikos Conaway.
They do because they're wanting to get, I think at this point, to where they can get them in the bonus. So Smith will now inbound the ball at the head of Van Far's bench.
So that was the second foul for Tyler Kuntz.
And Genowine tried to foul,
and
they didn't give it to him, and now Gibson has it. Over to Redding. To Conaway, and there's Genowine with the foul. And now that looks like he wasn't really wanting that one because it's his 4th, and it's the 7th. So that's going to send Conaway to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. So Conaway stands at the charity stripe with 1:44 to go here in the ball game. 11-point lead for the Indians. Free throw shot up on the way from Conaway is no good. With the rebound was Evans. That's Kane. Gets it off to Genowine. Genowine behind the back, loses the handle, gets it out to Kuntz. Kuntz wants a long 3. It's off the back of the rim. Coming down with the rebound was Smith. And now we have a football scrum, and coming away with the basketball is the Hawks. Genowine takes it up. His shot's no good. Evans, Cash there for the putback. Count the bucket and the foul.
He has 4 in the second half. Going to the free throw line now. He had a very quiet first half and coming alive here late in the second.
They're calling that on Redding. That's his first.
Pacey Redding's had a really quiet game.
Yes, he has.
Just 1 point from the free throw line in the first half.
So Cash Evans at the free throw line for his and 1. 48-39 is our score. 1:25 to go here in the ball game. Free throw shot up and good. We got a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. 48-40 our score. 1:25 to go in the ball game. Indians lead the Hawks as you're listening to High School Hoops on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Sun Window Company, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
1:25 to go in this matchup, Maddie. 48-40 is our score. Van Far's led this entire basketball game. They've led by as many as 12. Clopton's got it within 2, and then Van Far stretched that lead back out again. So after the timeout, it'll be Van Far's basketball.
48-40, they lead the Clopton Hawks. 1:25 to play in the game.
Full court man-to-man defense, all 10 players in the backcourt. Cody Smith looks, gets it into Gibson. Gibson in some trouble, back to Smith, and Kuntz gives Smith a little bit of a shove in the back, and he'll walk down the other end for a 1-and-1.
That is just the third on Tyler Kuntz.
We're going to have some subbing in and out, offense for defense.
Coming out of the game, Josh Harvey and Malik Marshall.
As Jordan Genowine returns, as he's playing 4 fouls. As Cody Smith's first free throw shot on the way is up and good.
Cody Smith with 14, looking to make it 15 here.
49-40, 1:21 to go in the ball game. Free throw shots up, and it's good as well. Back to a 10-point game for the Indians. Genowine into the front court. Behind his back, brings it near side to Kane. Kane works it around, goes inside, splits defenders. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Indians that got the hand on it. So Kuntz will inbound now along the baseline on the far side. They get it right into Kane, out to Genowine. Genowine thought about the three, swings it to Kuntz. Kuntz looking for the screen now over the far side to Hall. Hall all the way down along the baseline, back out to Kuntz. Kuntz goes in, dishes it off to Cash, it's taken away. Another turnover. And Hall immediately runs up and fouls Smith. That's Hall's fourth. .51 ticks to go in the ball game.
10-point lead for the Van Far Indians.
As Cody Smith stands at the free throw line, 4 is 1-and-1. First one on the way. It's no good. With the rebound.
And fouled. Jordan Genowine is headed to the free throw line. Or
No,
just it was on the floor.
Yeah. But Conaway picks up his first foul with 50 seconds left in this ball game. Genowine all the way down, off the glass. Shots up, it's no good. Cash there for the putback, and it is good. Coach Tony Smith immediately calls a timeout. We'll take it as well. 40 ticks to go, 50-42 our score. Indians on top as you're listening to High School Hoops on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Silex Banking Company, and Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, and Bowie General Services.
40 ticks to go in this one. Van Far leads Clopton 50-42.
Big performance from Van Far tonight, as they've really kind of just rattled Clopton.
So it's going to be Van Far's basketball. Smith looking. They get it into Gibson. Gibson back to Smith, and they're going to foul Gibson. Got to admit, Maddie, this is the part of the game that I don't really enjoy, where they keep fouling to send them to the free throw line.
Just trying to do anything to get that ball in their possession, but lots of free throw shots.
So Gibson will get 2. That's the 10th team foul. Marshall's first.
And he's had a lot of minutes tonight.
He has. First one's up and good. So all the Clopton players who are in foul trouble come back in as the youngins take a seat. Gibson's second free throw shot on the way. It's up, and it's good. It's back to a 10-point lead for the Indians as Gibson sinks them both. Genowine to Kuntz. Loses a handle on it, gets it to Conaway. Kuntz immediately spins and grabs a hold of Conaway, and that's going to give Conaway 2 from the charity stripe with 30 ticks to go in this ball game. So, Nikos Conaway at the free throw line. Tyler Kuntz, Carter Jennings, and Gage Gibson all in the backcourt. Conaway's first. Up. Good.
He has 5 points here in the second half. 9 from the first half.
Second free throw shot is also good. At this point, probably shouldn't worry about fouling as you're up by 12 with 30 ticks to go. 54-42. Conaway with the basketball. And Kuntz gets called, and that's going to be 5 for him. He'll have a seat. He sends Nikos Conaway back to the free throw line. Oh, they called it on Genowine. I got the wrong ones up there.
So that'll be 5 for him either way.
So Conaway back at the charity stripe. Free throw shot up and no good.
Nikos has had a little bit of trouble from the free throw line today, but just made the last 2 where it counted.
This one is also no good. With the rebound is Cash. Feeds it off to Hall. Hall to Harvey. Back to Evans. That's Kane. Kane wants a 3. In and out. Cash there. Put it back. It's up and it's good. Down to 6 seconds.
And fouling.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what the point was of fouling with 4 seconds left. Down by 10.
Kane Evans is tagged with his first foul.
So Van Far is going to win this one. 54. Well, I shouldn't get the final score. They're going to win this one. I mean, I've seen a lot of comebacks, but at least 10 points in 4 seconds, not so much. Gibson's free throw shot is up and good.
Making it a little bit more difficult. 11-point lead now.
Coach Pat Conaway clears his bench for the last 4 seconds as Gibson's second free throw shot is good as well.
So he just hit double digits. He has 10 tonight. His only points in the second half came in the form of free throws.
So with the buzzer shot, it's up, it's no good. Van Far gets the win, 56-44. We've got your postgame show coming up after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, Maddie, that was an interesting one as Van Far got the win over Clopton this evening, 56-44. In a game, Clopton came out, scored the first bucket, and then Van Far controlled the rest.
Yeah, and so this was a big game for Van Far, I think, going in to districts, as it gives you quite a bit of confidence as you're playing a quality opponent in Clopton. And obviously last year you were unfortunate enough to lose in that championship game, and so They had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder coming into this game. You could tell that they were really focused and they were coming out to win. And so that's 2 home losses for the Clopton Hawks this weekend. Pretty tough ones to lose to Bowling Green. And then you also have this loss here to Van Far.
If you got some scoring, let's go ahead and run down it.
Yep. Leading scoring tonight, Nikos Conaway and Cody Smith. They were tied at 15 points apiece. Gage Gibson had 10, Carter Jennings had 12, and he had a huge second half. He was able to put up 10 points in the second half, so big night from him. Evan Utterback had a big 3 for the Van Far Indians, and then Pacey Redding was very, very quiet tonight. He had just 1 point, and that came from the free throw line, so Pacey Redding is one of those players that we normally see score quite a bit, but he was quiet tonight. So 15 for Smith, and Conaway leading scoring for tonight. Clopton Hawks leading scoring for them was number 1, Tyler Kuntz, your senior. He had 14 points. Kane Evans had the leading scoring. He had 16, and then followed by Tyler Kuntz with 14. Cash Evans had 9, and then Jordan Genowine had 5.
So really, Clopton struggled with turnovers this evening. Let's just say they averaged about 4 a quarter to a total of unofficial. Again, this is just my scorekeeping, so these are definitely unofficial, to a total of 4 in general for Van Far.
Yeah, and Van Far also stayed out of foul trouble. That was a big thing that we saw. It was like 5-1 at one point in that second half where Clopton was fouling, and then after that they had to foul because they were down, and so obviously that number did go up. But Van Far just played a really clean game. I thought they played really good defense, excellent defense, and kind of broke up the offense that Clopton typically runs, and so what they normally have success with. So I thought that Van Far did a fantastic job tonight to come on the road and get the EMO conference win.
All right, let's take a break on the post-game show. We'll come back and talk about more basketball coming your way, courtesy of Eagle 102 this week. It around the area, wraps up the regular season, and postseason play continues in Illinois. We'll talk about it more as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Kraus Realty, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Is a 56-44 win here tonight. Van Far gets the win over Clopton. For the boys and the girls, the Clopton Lady Hawks dominated Van Far 81-28. More basketball action coming your way tomorrow evening, Maddie, as Louisiana boys and girls will host Mark Twain in their final regular season game. And we'll also be at Pittsfield High School as the Lady Sockies take on Hillsboro in the regional finals. In that one, they're looking on to move on to take on possibly, I think, Quincy Notre Dame.
And it's a big game to host, so best of luck to the Pittsfield Griggsville Perry Lady Sockies. it's a tough spot to get to, and so they pulled off a quality win earlier in the week, and now able to make it to that regional or sectional
to the regional final.
Regional final.
Yeah. Pittsfield comes in seeded number 3, Hillsboro number 2, so it should be a great game. And then on Saturday, it's postseason boys action as Pittsfield boys will head over to Illini West to take on them, and Griggsville Perry will host Western in their opening round of regional action. So
yeah, district and regional basketball taking place. It's really that time of year where that playoff basketball is kind of go. So a lot of our area teams competing, and we wish them the best of luck.
All right. Again, remember, you can always find a full recap of scores by visiting the scoreboard pages daily at KJFMradio.com, plus tune into Eagle 102 Sports daily as well. Maddie, any final thoughts for you this evening?
I thought that Van Far played a really quality basketball game here to get the win over Clopton, and it was a good performance by the Clopton Lady Hawks to get the victory over Van Far. So good night from two different teams tonight.
All right. For Maddie Ingram, I'm Marion Everhart. You've been listening to EMO Conference Basketball on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of Area High School Sports on air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.